recording, grabbing my notes. That is really bright and not on the screen I thought it was going to be on. Let's get over here. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Krieg Dominion. I am Omar Krieg, Lord and Commander of the Krieg Dominion, and your host for this, our 20th episode of Beyond the Frontier, Second Illiana Part 5. There's a weird numbering thing going on, but just work with it, because I didn't think we'd actually make it to 5 whole parts on this particular run of returning to the mothership. But here we are. With me tonight are, of course, my wonderful players, Rodance, Luke, and Kane. Kane, I hate you. Just FYI.
I'm here to fuck up your show.
And there he goes. The first four-letter word goes to Kane. We're barely 2 minutes in. Damn it, Kane.
Fuck.
Hey, there it is again. Let's take a moment. It has been a couple of weeks, so let's take a moment, check in with our players, see what's new and exciting for them. We'll start with you, Rodance, because why not? And also because fuck you, Kane.
Also, Orange Cat over here has been very distracting to me. He also has the worst eye boogers today, so I have been having to clean them on and off, and he does not enjoy.
I will say I'm lucky that my cat doesn't get eye boogers, but what I do get is every now and again, I swear to God, he has a little bit of stuffy nose. Because if he sits near me and I could just hear him breathing, and I'm like, I shouldn't be able to hear you breathing, dude.
Oh, also, I am making progress on I call it my meeting scarf, because it keeps me from fiddling with things while I'm sitting on the calls with people.
There you go.
Because otherwise I want to fiddle with stuff on my desk, or I want to fiddle with my phone, or I want to fiddle with my emails.
Yep,
it keeps my hands from getting in trouble.
I've done that a few times too. I have a couple hair ties that I'll just grab one and I'll just be like, yep. and it won't matter, right? But I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, and I'm like, why am I playing with this hair tie? Put this hair tie down. Pay attention to what's
going on. Have you flicked yourself in the face with one yet?
No. But I've definitely snapped them in the process of putting my hair up and be like, that sucks and that's irritating.
Yeah.
Including my personal favorite, when I do it to a brand new one.
Yeah, and that's like the moment when you're sitting and reading your phone in bed and then drop the phone in your face for no reason.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah. It's like my hands have betrayed me.
yeah. That and physics.
Physics too.
Well, Luke and Kane don't have to worry about hair ties. I had to throw that one out there. I'm sorry, guys.
I haven't needed to worry about them for a number of years.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
since my early 20s.
I didn't really have to worry about them when I was allowed to have problems, because I wasn't allowed to have problems with them anyways.
Yes, I am that GM that constantly talks shit to us.
So apparently I decided that I needed to cut it so short all the time that it said, fine, whatever, I understand the assignment.
I'll just leave.
Yeah. If you don't want me, I'll go home.
Yep. I'll leave. Luke,
or go back.
What's that?
Or go back.
The ever receding hairline? Yeah. I'm trying not to admit that I have one of those. Luke, what's new and exciting for you, my friend?
You know, we can see with the whole, like...
Yeah, you
trying
hush.
to floof it down.
You hush. We're not going to talk about my hair. I mean, I will say, like, having the headset does kind of help also maybe highlight. But like, if I take the headset off, like, you'll definitely see,
the
like,
headset
in here.
pulls it, the headset pulls enough on your hair that we get to see the landing strip of a part.
Yeah, definitely see that. I mean, but that's like... That's my hair, more or less, after I brush it out and everything. Just, unfortunately, my hairline is receding, and I don't like it, but there's not much I can do about it except shave it all off or comb it over. I'm not combing it over more than I already am, which I'm not really doing specifically to, like, hide it or whatever.
Sure.
I assure you, that's not the reason for the part. Luke, we're not going to talk about my hair anymore. I deserve that, though. I walked right into it when I called you guys out for being bald, and I deserve that, so I took my punches. It's time to move on.
Okay.
What's new and exciting for you, my friend?
So it's March break, which is spring break in the United States. And also at the end of the week, I'm heading a lot westward to go to a tournament for fencing or HEMA.
You did mention that the last time
Yeah.
that there was a tournament coming up for you. Are you excited? Are
Yeah,
you ready?
well, that was yeah, so I feel like I'm ready.
Okay.
It's going to be on the Saturday coming.
Okay.
My stepdaughter's tournament in modern fencing was 2 Sundays ago, and she did really well. She did like fourth place, so that was
Nice.
really fun. We have a little fencing family apparently.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to the big city there, Montreal, the one city in Canada. Um,
Toronto
the
counts.
whole the only one city, the only one city, it's
Toronto
our
and
neighborhood.
Vancouver count.
Yeah, they do. They do. And I'm either gonna get my ass kicked or I'm gonna end up doing not that terrible. So we're gonna see next Monday when we see each other.
Well, there you go. Well, good luck. Hope it all goes well, and may you
Mhm.
return with all your body parts.
Oh yeah.
I now notice I should have said attached, but I didn't.
No, they don't need to be attached. Just need to be accounted
Just
for.
put them in the box. Just put them in the box. We
Yeah.
gotta go. We got things to do.
Yeah.
Kane, what's new for you, my friend?
I have a new desk.
You did say something about a new desk yesterday, and nothing was in place. Are things in place now?
They're more in place.
Okay, progress is being made.
Yeah, I mean, I can now just turn around and make tea, so that's nice.
That's always a nice thing to have.
And just below it is the beer fridge.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's the best place for it, right? I've
Yeah.
thought about that. I have a big Rubbermaid tote sort of thing over here that holds a bunch of old books and stuff that were from my previous desk, basically. And I just haven't decided what to do with it. And you know, if I had a couple extra $100 on my hands, maybe I will get me a little beer, just so I can be even more lazy and not get out of my chair ever, except once the end result of drinking.
Yeah, minimizing the time out of chair.
Definitely a first world problem.
I mean, I'm going to enjoy my first world problems. Yeah, no, I mean, having to rip everything out of this office and figuring out where the fuck I was going to stuff everything in here so that it fit and we could walk. That's my update. I had to do a lot of geometry, furniture geometry.
You can't see it because of my background, but I've also recently been looking at should I reorganize my living room slightly, which is where all my stuff is. Because I have basically behind me in parallel is a big two-seater leather couch recliner sort of thing, and I kind of want to put it at a 90-degree to me so it actually opens up the room behind me. But I also have a table that I want to put up for like when I want to do like Warhammer-y things, like putting together models and shit. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got the idea. I just gotta pull the trigger, or I just stay lazy and just leave it the way it is and deal with it. That's again, everything is in its place that works for me. So why change it when it works?
In chair and beer.
Yeah, all I need now is the beer fridge.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even sure if I should actually put over here because I've already got enough power coming out of one spot in the wall.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? Everything burns down?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, I
that solves
suppose
all
that
your
would be
problems.
amongst the worst things that could happen.
It replaces a bunch of small problems with just one.
Yeah. Well, new and exciting for me. Until this morning, I had 3 players locked and lined up for a Warhammer Fantasy campaign set in a homebrew world, and then one of them suddenly had major incident. I don't even know the details, and it's none of my business. You know, they've decided not to share that with me, so I'm not trying to share anything more than I absolutely already know myself. But as I'm always known to say, you know, real life takes priority, and this individual has chosen to step back, and that's fine. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But now I'm stuck with 2 players instead of 3 when I had 3, like, I don't know, about 48 hours ago. So that was a bit of a blow. But we are planning to move forward. We've got some feelers out looking to see if there's anybody else that might be interested in taking in that 3rd spot. And even if we don't end up with that 3rd spot, I feel like we could still pull this off and make it a decent, interesting show, have a fun, entertaining game for the players, regardless. So, but that was definitely a few minutes of my morning going, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. as I went through the initial reaction and how do I respond and what do I do to move forward that process once I receive this information. Yeah, unfortunately, things happen and nothing we can do about it.
When is the show supposed to start?
We actually are starting next week, Tuesday. A week from tomorrow.
Tuesday.
So if there is anybody interested, you're going to need to get a hold of me soon. We can adjust the date and time if needed. But the sooner the better for anybody that might be watching this one day and saying, hey, you know what? A Warhammer Fantasy game set in a homebrew world? That sounds interesting. Please, by all means, come on down. If it's not your cup of tea, just watch it. If you don't enjoy it then, hey, you know what? It's obviously not for everybody. At any rate, let's play our game. Uh-oh, he's getting the guitar out. Is he going to play me a bluesy riff?
I had a joke. Anyways, here's Wonderwall.
Well played, sir. There's the double entendre for you. Previously on Beyond the Frontier, we're going to pick it up, actually, right where we left off last week with Heath Pike standing, I believe, shirtless. I actually have it in my notes. Shirtless,
yep.
Probably.
I just picked the gun back up off the desk and just sort of nodded like, okay, I get it.
Yep. But in case you missed it, you should go back and watch last episode from 2 weeks ago. But yes, Heath Pike has taken a bullet from Captain Matthew Warren at extremely close range for, well, reasons. That said, I'm gonna let you guys take it from there. You've got about another minute or two before something happens.
Something.
Well,
that sound seemed very appropriate.
I mean, I'm going to leave the captain's office.
I'm going to slump down a little bit and be like, well, that sucked.
I don't know.
As you step out into the hallway, there are alarms going off.
What kind of alarms?
Something has happened in the captain's office alarms. I don't know what that would sound like as opposed to any other sort of alarm. But a moment later, here comes Lakota walking down the hallway with a med bag. Somebody was shot in the captain. Oh my god, it was you! What the hell is going on?
Lakota. Oh yes, the med person.
Yes, I covered multiple fields of medicine.
You think he's just gonna look right at her and say, "I slipped and fell down a ladder. We should go to medical."
Do you actually say that?
Yes.
Oh, great! You're delirious.
Holding on to
Sit down.
I'll sit down in medical, and I'll just start walking towards medical.
She does the little shuffle huffle thing to keep up with you, and
I don't want to be lingering around here when security comes, because I know one of them really well, and the other one I really don't want to tell the story to.
Yeah. So let's see. You're in the captain's office. You're going down to medical. You make it to here as I'm pinging on the map. There's a Working Joe and Hamida. The Working Joe has what looks like a dry mop, and it starts to basically retrace your steps with a spray bottle that has some sort of cleaner in it and the mop. And again, I should say mop. You know the mops are sweet. Instead of so it's got like the broom head, right? But it has the white pad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has one of. Okay. It has one of those and the spray bottle. And every time there's a bit of blood on the floor, squirt, 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 rub, 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 move on. And that's what it's doing. Mm-hmm. Clearly, daughter has been looking out for you. I have mentioned mother multiple times. It's actually daughter that you have on the ship's computer.
Yep.
And Hamida shows up. She's got a sidearm, holstered, but one hand on it, a la the cop that always comes up to your door. You know what I'm talking about. You've been pulled over before. Don't act like you never have. Yeah, and she's just like, Jesus Christ, man. What now?
I fell down a ladder.
That's not a ladder. You're the absolute frustration. Like her face starts turning red, which, if I'm not mistaken, she's not exactly a white girl. She's a little bit more something else. But regardless, her skin tone changes colors in exasperation. She's like, that's
It's also not green.
no. She's a command. Come on, she knows better.
I'm sure Tam will tell me which form I'm supposed to fill out for my accident report.
I think she just totally exasperated, turns around and walks away, and is on her way back to the armory so she can secure that weapon. I'm sure that somewhere along the way, this is more of a comedic routine than something serious. I don't know exactly what would happen
does she
here.
take Kane's weapon from or Pike's weapon from him?
He's not carrying it in hand. He stuffed it in a pocket.
She didn't even think about that. Yeah,
Mr. Cargo Shorts. Okay.
Yeah, dude. She didn't even look at that. But yeah, so she goes back off. Damn. She goes back off.
I like the like
armory.
we're having I'm just imagining like the cameras and the pacing is all like comedy, but the characters is all incredibly serious.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like for the viewers, there's people that are going, "What the fuck is even going on right now?" You know, if this was like a live TV show or what have you. But yeah, no, it's definitely presenting as something somewhat comedic, especially with the working Joe that comes by.
Just behind him.
Yeah, it just goes like in behind him, then works its way back up to your office, sees you in your office, and it's just like, oh, I'm gonna need something bigger than a push broom, Mob. I'm gonna need some rags to clean off the wall.
Yeah, there's a little backblast on the wall.
So then the working Joe disappears for a moment, comes back a few minutes later with some
sponges. What would be really poetic? Like that wall is where that armor plate trophy is mounted, and some of the blood splattered the trophy plate
amazing.
that I gave you from the harvester.
Oh god. Too good of a shot. I hit it twice.
We don't need to go all in detail here as to what happens, but obviously we get back down to the infirmary. Lakota patches you up, calls you a dumbass if you can. So Mita shows up again at some point and just gives you. She doesn't even show up. She just passes by. Pokes her head in briefly, gives you very, very. Listen, I could say very 50 times. It would not be sufficient, but some incredibly judgmental looks. Shakes her head and walks away. She's thinking that you may have tried to harm yourself intentionally as opposed to what actually happened, just for the record.
It's okay. Pike doesn't pick up on that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. That's the best part.
I feel like eventually I'm going to get a page to get there myself or something.
Yeah, you're definitely going to get a notice that, one of your crew member has been, self-inflicted or potentially other inflicted gunshot wound. You already know what's happened. The working Joes have already come by with sponges and rags and spray bottles and whatnot to clean up the mess.
Just to continue to be a pain in the ass to Lakota, while she's busy trying to clean around it so she can bandage it, he keeps leaning over towards the intercom so he can reach over and hit the button, and he's like, Tam, I need a paperwork recommendation in medical.
God, why do you gotta be such an asshole, Pike? Yeah, at some point Tam comes by as well, and he's like, well, that's a form for negligent discharge, that's a form for the damage to the ship, that's a form for reporting and recording your damages to yourself.
Well, so, I mean, I know what this kind of looks like, but I fell down a ladder. I need to do a workplace safety form for falling down a ladder.
No. There's no ladders. We know the daughter's the one that put out the notification that somebody was shot in the captain's office.
Well, or could daughter be a little confused because
it's a computer? How do you confuse a computer?
I don't know.
There's not a lot of
really weird computer stuff going on.
All right. Around this point, I realized that the TAM has been activated and is currently giving some forms.
Sorry.
And I head down and I poke my head in and I go, I take responsibility for this accident. And I walk in and I go, like, TAM, you know how everything works?
the captain was watching me go down the ladder, and we weren't respecting safety standards, and I don't know. There might have been something he could
Captain's
have told
office
me.
doesn't have a ladder. You are aware of that, right?
I don't know what to say. Fell in a ladder.
You know what? You know what? You know what? Unless Gaius or somebody else says something to me, I know nothing. And he just walks out. He's like, fuck this, I'm out. I'm done with you fuckers. The absolute disregard for order is astonishingly and crazy.
Like after he leaves, I'll just look to the captain and be like, "Man didn't give me a form number for falling down a ladder."
I don't think he will.
Well, that's gonna make
2
this
days
difficult.
later, you guys are drowned in ladder safety training.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Mandatory ladder
The
safety
computer-based
training.
earnings.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh god, the videos I have to watch every couple of days just to log into the stupid app that I use to see where all my deliveries are on a map. Oh my god. It was what, like, today's was it. They're all about a minute and a half long, but it's like, here, watch this video where this driver did something wrong. Like this morning. Watch this video as this person tries to park on the right side of the road and clips the vehicle he passes before he curbs, pulls the vehicle because he didn't check to make sure his back right corner was clear when he maneuvered. And I'm like, why am I watching a 1-minute video for this?
That's a really complicated
Would you rather
subject.
watch
If you're gonna
a
hit
3-hour-long video?
No, I would absolutely lose my mind if I watched a 3 hour.
Then appreciate the 1 hour.
I do appreciate
video.
the fact they're only a minute, but it's the fact it's just like, I've been doing this for 6 fucking years now. Can we stop?
Yeah.
But
No.
you realize these
handle a
are
vehicle.
mandatory, safety-driven bullshit training things that I
You
get it.
know, it doesn't matter. If that's a fresh Joe or someone that's been there for 14, 15 years, they're gonna fuck something stupid up, and everyone else is gonna have to hear about it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And these are like, so like every couple of days, like 2-3 times a week, I have one of these dumb videos to watch. And it's not like they're just randomly spawned, I guess, for lack of a better word. I don't know if there's like a routine or rotation or whatever, but it's like I have to watch these little 1 or 2 minute videos every couple days in order to finish logging in and seeing what my day might look like as far as what kind of deliveries I have. And monthly I have to do the same thing, but those videos are usually like 10 or 15 minutes. And then it's like, oh, damn it. Sorry, burping and hiccuping and all that. And then after watching the 1.5 minute video, there's 1 to 3 questions. This morning, I'm pretty sure it was the same question twice, just verbalized differently. What did the driver do wrong? When the driver went to park, what did they do wrong? I'm like, oh god, it's the same goddamn answer. He didn't check the fucking back right corner of his vehicle to make sure he was clear of the vehicle he just passed.
See, the first question you asked was actually, what did he do wrong? Was going to work that day. The second one is while pulling in. There were 2 very different questions if you're paying attention.
Okay, all right, you got me there, Mr. Driver Safety.
Yeah, he went in that day. That was his problem.
He woke up that morning and chose to go to work. All right. Beyond that, I don't have anything else for you guys aboard ship before departing on your mission. So if there is anything else you want to do, we should probably recap, because last we checked,
we have to go in hyperspace, right?
Yes.
That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, because as I recall, one pilot is not the fuck out.
You have to go pry her out of the air vents, because she's not coming out right now.
Who's in the air vents?
And we got a really drunk
Octavia
too.
Yes, Octavia is
currently hiding in the air vents without her PDAT, so it's going to be harder to find her.
Yep.
And she's not in any of her usual hiding spots.
One pilot is unconscious and probably suffering a concussion, and the other one is shit-faced drunk.
No, he's not shit-faced drunk. He's past that. He's actually passed out.
Oh, he's
being shit-faced drunk.
Yeah.
He is in what we could consider
you have a person that needs to go into cryo. You don't know where they are. The guy who could go find her is currently in medical getting patched up for a gunshot wound.
And both pilots are sitting in medical with him.
I don't know. Did she bother to bring Drunky to medical, or did she just throw him on a bunk? Yeah, he's on his bunk.
Yeah, he's on his bunk. Knock
Finn,
the fuck out.
Finn's probably here though.
Finn's in there for sure, because there was a bit of a altercation in which he was knocked out, and other people were like, "What the fuck?" In fact, everybody right now is like, if they're not actively interacting with you because they must, everybody's giving Pike a very wide berth.
It really, like the public, like the ones where we're like we're sure who did this is it's Pike for all of us.
Yeah, Pike has gone on a goddamn rampage.
Pike is apparently a problem this afternoon.
Pike is an asshole par excellence. What's next? What more bullshit do you guys want to do now? How many more people can we incapacitate in the 6 hours we have left before mission departure?
Is that a challenge?
No, it's not. It should not be a challenge either, damn
it. Oh, Matt is losing his job today.
Yeah, good luck, Warren, you need to get your crew under control. That's the gist you're getting. In fact, I think at some point Tam was like, wait a minute. A little while ago, there was contraband being printed and a working Joe detained, right? And then there was Pike knocking out one of your flight officers because
is Pike gonna get blamed for all the Mina stuff too? Because that'd be hilarious.
For the what?
For all the Mina stuff too. The printer and time. Remember the misappropriation of the printer and then tying up the working Joe? Like, is Pike getting blamed for those as the likely culprit?
Probably. Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it makes sense, right? I mean, you did all the other things. Why wouldn't Pike do those?
If Pike is asked, did you tie up the working Joe and were you printing contraband? He'll just say yes.
You should have Octavia's sister come and visit him in sickbay.
I don't know where she is, and I don't know if she wants to talk.
Nina would totally bring him like some mags.
Gee, hope you're not right-handed. I don't know which hand would actually apply in this scenario, but you know where I'm going with that. So here's some mags to make your time really difficult. That's definitely something Nina would do. Absolutely. Just to be like, fuck you. You gave me so much nightmare fuel. Here, this is the least I can do in response.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't know where to go.
I don't know what my next chess move is.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I mean, is she visiting me?
I mean, yeah, I guess she can go there. She's not going to want to talk to you a whole lot. I think what happens is she comes in, she dumps a couple of not playboys in your lap and says, have fun with that, and starts to leave.
Yeah, I would like
to see. This is how Pike gets blamed for the contraband.
Yes.
No, I would like there to be a moment where she has the opportunity. You do what you want, but I like the idea that he's already got forms that he's filling out for stuff going on, and he knows he's in trouble. He also wants to be a bro and not let a whole bunch of other people get in trouble. So like he's got the forms there, like on the little table next to his cot or whatever that she can see, where he's already filled out the incident reports where he's reporting himself for the printer and for hanging up the working Joe, for falling down a ladder,
and accidentally discharging a firearm into himself.
I think she does. So this is what she does. She walks in and she literally slaps the mags down onto your lap or whatever. She jabs a finger into the bullet hole, not the actual hole, but like the bandaged part, right? She's like, yeah, hope that hurts. Here, have fun with these. And then she's like, oh, what's this? Looks at your paperwork and she's like, huh, you're still an asshole.
Yeah.
Her brother is in the next bed over.
Yeah. She's going to go sit next to him and just sit there with him.
I've always been an asshole, but I'm a loyal one. And I'll just lean back and just accept
I think she was
that I'm not going to get a response.
She was definitely about to give you a response. But you basically ended the conversation by leaning back into your little hospital bed, whatever.
I mean, the med bay is small. I mean, he's indicating like I don't need a response. I know you're mad at me. But it's also a small med bay, so it's not like he's getting away from her if she decides she's got stuff to say.
She just sits there with her brother, and just every now and again she just shakes her head. She's like, "Jerk! What a a fucking moron. Just muttering little things. And sometimes there's a few times where it's definitely towards her brother, but then there's like plenty of times that it's towards you or about you.
I like that, like the camera's on her and she says a line about him, and then through the curtain she can hear him flip a page in one of the titty mags, and he's like, nice.
Warren, we're gonna fast forward here because otherwise we'll be here all goddamn day. You're sitting on the flight deck, bridge, whatever you want to call it. None of your people that can fly the ship are here, and Gaius is on the horn.
Okay. I would have hoped to have done something a little bit earlier than that, but yeah.
What would you like to do?
So no one comes and asks what the hell happened in the office, and everyone's just basically just saying that he had either fallen off a ladder, so to speak, or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Like nobody's coming from the Illiana. And nobody's. Sorry, go ahead.
Pike keeps saying something blatantly untrue, and everyone's just like, wow, well, Pike must have done something. And nobody's questioning your potential culpability.
Okay. I'm going to go into the infirmary. I'm going to see Nina and an unconscious.
Finn.
What is this? What? Finn, thank you. And I'm going to see him with a nudie mag, and I'm going to probably say something along the lines of something I've heard before, which is hands off the cock and put on your socks because we need to have a talk.
Drop your cocks, grab your
socks. Anyone who's not unconscious, leave the room.
Okay, yeah, so Nina just kind of looks at you for a moment and she's like, yeah, I guess that means I'm out. You'll get up to leave.
So we'll have a conversation part 2. So
this is between you and Pike?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just Warren, Pike, and an awake Finn.
Yeah, I close the titty mag and I put it on my little table and I say, is this the sort of thing you want me to stand for?
No. Right. You can lay down. You can stay where you are. Honestly, for what you've done, you might have been spaced in the Marine Corps, but I know what happened wasn't your fault, and it took a lot for me to realize that in the last hour or something. You took on the Queen by yourself. You might have left us in hell, me and Watts, but I mean, for better or worse, Winston was there because he knew what he was going to do, and unfortunately, he was in the line of fire. Same thing with Westcott. Westcott must have took a bullet for him just to try to keep him alive, and that took everything that she had to do that for the team. And maybe I took for granted what everyone has been doing this whole time while we were in the Marine Corps for keeping the whole thing working and all that. And while I just basically became a killing machine myself, didn't really think about anything too much beyond myself and what the capabilities of our team was. Now I see Westcott's falling apart. You're still Pike. As much as I would have wanted to get you, you're still Pike. And as much as I respect you as a brother in arms, I would have hoped that I would have been able to transition you into civilianhood. And I know it took everything for you to get away from what was going on with her. And it's been hard on all of us, I think. I think we need to have a big conversation about that when we return back from Robin. But I think it's Robin, the J Company, J Planet. He stumbles upon whatever words it was that was the planet we're going to.
Totally honest with you, Captain.
Blue Jay?
I don't read those until we're in orbit.
The what?
I don't read any of the survey or mission information till we're in orbit.
Yeah, pretty much. I try to make sure that we're going to the right spot, and that's about it. Unfortunately, we've got a pilot who's unconscious. We've got another pilot who is also unconscious.
I can fly.
You could. You could. However,
It at least gets us underway
however,
and makes you less paperwork, and then you only have to argue with Tam, not Tam and Gaius.
I think I'm gonna have to argue with a lot of the crew members, but then again, I'm at fault for a lot of the chaos that's happened in the last 24 hours while we were on the Illiana.
But the Corps cleared me for what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I did not choose that shot, but my hand did it. And Winston was your friend. Doesn't matter what the Corps thinks.
Yeah.
I want to still have your respect. So that was necessary. Whatever you chose to do in that moment, I was good with.
You always have my respect. And I guess at this point we gotta learn to live with it. Okay. Um, let's say I let you pilot this thing. Um, we can get off the thing. I can get everyone accounted for, off the dock, sorry, and get everyone accounted for. I can have a meeting with them. I can talk to them, see what they're saying about you and what about the situation, if there's anything I can do about it. Lakota's probably gonna be flipping her shit at some point. We need to find
Good at that.
Westcott. Now where the hell is she?
Once I get us underway, I can go find Scott.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
If she doesn't want to be found, I'm not going to tell anybody where I find her, but I will find her for you.
I know that's been kind of the protocol for the last several months of flying around, is that she doesn't want us to know where she hides. And I know you know that, where she hides and all that. I haven't been prying as much as she gets on my absolute nerves.
I don't know. She's been nothing but a peach to me. But
Fine.
mission needs to happen, and I'll do it in a way that doesn't betray her trust. But the mission will happen.
Perfect. I'm gonna try to do damage control.
Let me know what paperwork and story you want me to fill out. I'm not looking to get you in trouble. As bad as it makes me look, I don't care. You have an important job here, and you have a future.
I'll figure it out. Thank you.
Okay.
Dismissed. And I go outside. I suppose I see Nina. Nina, hey, you can go back in if you want. We're gonna go and jump the ship out of here, and we'll be en route.
Okay. I believe that takes us to Pike looking for Octavia.
First, I'm going to get the ship underway, so we can get away and be in our own little microcosm again. And then while we're looking to bed down, I'm going to go look for her so that she can get in cryo.
All right. Just because I think it'd be
Provided
funny
she's
for
still
you
on
to
ship.
chip the paint on a failed roll. Go ahead and give me
I wish to command him to do a good job.
Okay, is that a
don't
thing?
fuck up my ship.
So what I'm hearing is I think that gives you got to make a command roll to give him a bonus on his piloting skill. Is that how that works?
Yes.
All right. Make your roll, sir. Okay, 2 successes.
Okay.
Does that give him a +2? Dice. Is that how that works?
2 bonus dice. Yeah.
Okay, I'll take my 2 bonus dice.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, I've got a couple of different game systems in my head, so I'm trying to deconflict them all. Hey! You managed to pull...
I'm not trying to do anything fancy. It looks very by the book. I'm not trying to make the captain shit himself more than I already have today. I'm just pulling the ship out and getting it on course.
I assume we've all watched Starship Troopers, the movie, the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that moment when What's-Her-Face pulls the ship out and there's a little bit of grinding and whatnot because she cuts it super close, actually too close. You don't do all of that, but you get, like, in space, this might as well be 50 meters, but, you You get super damn close when you extract off of the Illiana with it. There is some back and forth between the captain and Gaius that sounds something like, "Don't ever do that bullshit again." An android wouldn't say it like that, but you get the idea. There's definitely that's 100% the message that you are getting from Gaius. It's like, whoever just did that, don't you dare do that again.
Yeah, we don't get any repairs in this deep space.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pike is over here thinking like, I'm gonna take this one real calm. I'm gonna do it normal. We're just gonna pull out and we're just gonna fly away. No biggie. But he's still thinking in terms of like drop ships. So he's like, yeah, I mean, you got to get the fuck out of a place. So but he thinks it was a really chill takeoff and we didn't hit anything. So he's like, yeah, whatever.
No, but you definitely triggered a few proximity alerts. Including 1 or 2 on your own ship for that matter.
I mean, those things go off all the time. Whatever Karen said, those things were just like taped over.
Taped over? Oh my god. Dodge is gonna come back and be like, "Who put tape here? This is bullshit. I need that sensor."
And yeah, I'm
not blinking if it's covered.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the cockpit until we're ready to go on autopilot or I get relieved as a pilot.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. I don't know what this game system puts in the... Like, things are pretty abstract as far as skill rolls, but in space, you just basically point the ship in the direction you need to go, and you just let it go. Yeah. Newton takes care of the rest.
No, that's what daughter's for. She does the math.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, daughters are like, just point the ship this way, and then Sir Isaac Newton will take over the rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out there until it's time to bed down, so that I'm here in case there's a thing or whatever. Like he's taking this like I am the third pilot thing. He's taking the I'm the third pilot thing very seriously. Like he's not trying to fuck around with the ship.
Yeah, that would be that's your lifeline. You don't fuck around with your lifeline.
Yeah, well, I mean, he takes this very seriously.
All right. He's got a couple of hours before the ship is actually like at FTL velocities, and you have to be bedded down. So now's the time to fill up on cornbread and get under.
I'm gonna.
All right. So
I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that I'm seated in at a computer terminal here, and I'm gonna send a private message to Octavia. I don't know if she has her pad or not. Pike also doesn't know if she has her pad or not. But he's just gonna send a message that says,
"You up?
I'm currently the pilot. I need alarms forwarded to something to tell me when something's going on. If I have to get up and take a piss, could you set that up for me? I don't know how to do that."
No response.
Currently her PDAT is sitting in Pike's bunk right now, so
I think the camera, we get a flash cut to that PDAT with the little light. The light is dark and it says new message, dark. Bleep, bleep, bleep. And then we get the preview.
So after
if we get the like on your text messages, you get that preview. It's
technically in my bunk because Pike is sleeping in my bunk because my bunk is on the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. And so
after a couple minutes I'll relieve them and I'll say if something happens, any lights flicker or something, I'll just page you.
The ones I taped over don't matter. The ones I didn't tape over mean, oh god, we might die, and those are the ones you should call me for. I'm gonna go find her for you.
Got it. Thank you.
So basically, you taped over the ones that are important and ignored the ones that are like, well, if those flash, we're fucked.
No. If these ones flash, these are the ones that say we might die. These ones flash, it just says that daughter's angry. I don't give a shit what daughter thinks.
Once again, I don't care. As long as I get my bread toasted, I don't care what the toaster says.
Exactly. And then I'm going to go disappear into the bulkheads and sneak over to Octavia so I don't give away her hiding spots.
All right. Rodance, this is up to you. I forget the rules.
So
on how you make
the problem is she's not in any of her usual hiding spots right now because she is currently hallucinating and freaked the fuck out and hiding, like really hiding.
I'll make a roll.
Sounds like you make a roll with a penalty because she's not in one of her usual spots.
I feel like I'm making
mobility,
the roll because she's not in one of her regular hiding spots. Yeah, otherwise, it wouldn't have needed a roll because I know them and I don't tell anybody.
That. One success. Keep your nerves. That is
Oh,
a
that was
whole
mine.
bunch of Oh, that was. Oh, in that case,
Yeah, I find you.
yeah. However, as Pike is making his way through the air vents and whatnot, there is a brief moment where there is a whisper off behind your right shoulder, Octavia. Says, "He's coming. He's coming, isn't he? He's coming right now." It's not Tom's voice. Winston's.
What do you mean he's coming right now?
Run and hide! Run and hide! And then it fades away. It doesn't fade away, but it explodes. A sound might, and so it explodes, and then that's it. That's the end of your hallucination.
So she's now hallucinating an explosion sound, and therefore.
Well, not an actual explosion, but like how
she's
sound
hallucinating
explodes.
an explosion sound.
Yes, yeah, but it was definitely run and hide, and then nothing. It's definitely Winston in one of his more exasperated moments voice.
Oh, of course.
I like the idea that I'm shimmying through an air vent, the giant man that I am, having trouble with it.
Yep.
And I'm just like, while I'm like grabbing ahead and pulling myself a couple inches at a time.
Yeah.
Like, the things I do out of loyalty.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get to have conversations with non-existent people. You have to talk to yourself only.
Yeah, I'm talking to myself about dragging myself through air vents.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we all?
Yeah, so he probably gets a prompt sight of seeing her panicking for some reason and then just like scurrying through into like a different section of the maintenance area.
Yeah, you definitely get wind of her.
Become her own like she's
I think
become her
get,
own Xeno.
Yeah, you definitely
pretty much.
I think we get a brief shot of Pike inching his way down the vent, and then we see Octavia suddenly scurrying backwards, like doing like the crab walk backwards. And then we catch a glimpse of Pike rounding a corner and seeing just like the last couple of her feet. That sounded weird the way I phrased it, but like the last second of her feet before she disappears from sight. He's like,
into like a maintenance area.
He just like calls out. He's like, Octavia, I haven't told anybody where any of your spots are, but so fucking help me if I have to rip all these vents out of the walls to keep up with you. Get your ass back here.
You before you get a chance to respond, right as soon as he finishes saying all that, you hear once again Winston on your shoulder saying, "Don't you? Game over, man! Game over!"
I have to do the.
Like when he doesn't get an immediate response, he says, "Fuck! I've already been shot today. Come on."
Yeah, I just think she flips out over her like, is that real moment? Because so she jumps out of the vent into one of the maintenance areas, like right around the corner, like like the actual one of the maintenance rooms, because it's not all just air vents.
Yeah. You might be on like one of the other decks at this point. In fact,
yeah. So she is currently just chilling like another 15 feet down the vent, and then in a room like. She is totally hiding behind one of the shelves at this point because she's like, the fuck is that?
Yeah, actually, you end up. Let me make this window or this map. So you actually end up here, where in the air scrubber room, for lack of a better.
There's an arrow that says air scrubbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep dragging myself down. Damn it, Octavia.
She's currently like hiding behind the air scrubber, like just chilling on the floor, like curled up, going like, the fuck.
I guess I eventually drag myself through this air vent. I've probably started bleeding again.
Yeah, your bandage is no longer white. It's definitely starting to turn.
I'll just flop myself down on the deck and then stand up. So stretch my back and say, okay, are we going to keep running or are we going to have a conversation?
Oh no. Does she still have more of Winston screaming in the back of her head?
No.
Oh, Oh, good, cool. We don't have any more screaming and running in the back of my head. That's nice.
That is nice.
Yeah. What the hell happened to you?
Somebody owed me one.
Uh,
Although I guess to be fair, you probably also owe me one for the same thing, but could we wait for this one before you shoot me? At least give me a few days.
Oh, oh man.
uh, uh, who shot you?
You
It
hear
was about
Winston
it
just
was
very
about
quietly.
it
You hear
was
Winston.
about Winston.
You hear Winston just quietly. Yeah, no, don't wait. Shoot him now.
I'm
I'm making
sure
far too much
Winston's
fun of
dead.
this, by the way. So that will be the last time Winston makes an appearance for now.
You're not sure Winston's dead?
I said I'm pretty sure Winston's dead, so
Pretty sure is not the level of certainty that you and I are the only people who can assuredly have no confusion over.
yeah, like there's different kinds of confusion, and they are both very, very different kinds of confused at the moment. That's hilarious. Uh, uh, she's literally just staring at you, going like, how? But who got a gun?
Oh, there's guns all over the ship.
I mean, yeah, but who found one?
Well, it's one of my guns.
Oh. So who'd you give a gun just so they could shoot you? Did you give it to Matt? Is that what this is? Is Matt still mad that he discovered that he? Oh shit! God, I'm scared of Nina at the moment. Oh yeah, and
I'm pretty sure Matt's less mad at me now.
yeah,
Or maybe the mad is transferred into other stuff that aren't as big a deal. Either way, he got to get it out of his system, and I'm gonna have to make Lakota rebandage this. That air vent really tore this up.
um. So the thing is, what Octavia actually is quite skilled at this point in medical aid. So she shuffles around, shuffles her ground, grabs the emergency med kit off of one of the nearest emergency med kit stations, and patches you up, so you don't have to deal with Lakota.
You know, Captain's looking for you. I told him I wasn't gonna, I was gonna keep the tradition alive, not betray your trust. But I did fly the ship out, and we're looking to get on ice, and we can't get on ice until you get on ice. However long it takes you to get on ice, I've done my job. I told you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need more time.
Let's see. Medical aid with stress. How did that? She's pushing this, and just because.
Oh.
I love this.
I love these
nope.
dice.
I get to take over now. You go through the pro. You're like, you know what? I might as well change out this bandage, and so you take the old one off, and as you are looking at the bullet hole, bleeding a little bit, the sore, tender skin, the sensitive skin, Winston absolutely is in your shit saying, poke it, 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 poke it.
So yeah, she probably is like flips out in a very, very non-marine type of way.
I think this kind of worries him. Are you like running around and shit? Because he's gonna grab on you if you try to run around.
You see her lock up as per the results of her stress test. In her head, she's getting the poke it litany right now. And that's what's caused her to freeze up. But what it probably looks like to Pike is that she suddenly freezes at the sight of blood, which you recognize as absolutely out of character.
Not the first time she's patched people up.
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's the one that helped him while he was pinching off his own jugular.
Yeah,
probably.
Uh, he's just gonna look and say, "What's what's new?"
You mean other than Winston's voice in my head?
That'd qualify.
Yeah. Apparently, yeah. I get 2 freeloaders in the back of my head now. That's great. Like I didn't already have enough memories as it is.
So if Winston's freeloading, who else is?
Tom Stevenson?
The spy?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
fuck him.
I
He
get,
was a spy.
yeah, I just,
Can't believe anything Tom Stevenson says, but what's Winston saying?
I really should poke this. And I'm like, nope. We don't poke wounds. We don't poke wounds. Nope.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
I mean, I did. Even if I wasn't in control, I did kill him. It makes sense that he was, kind of mad at me.
Yeah, but I mean, this is like the voice in the back of my head that is totally not actually supposed to be there. So it's not. I think I know it's not him, but at the same time, it's really loud.
I was like,
You would have spent a lot of time with him.
Yeah, I'll look at her and say, look, I know this is probably not the Lakota answer, but when they were messing with our brain chemistry, there was a pretty high rate of washouts because of mental something, mental things not working right. So this is not the first time that I've had a brother who's seeing shit that's not there. I'm I was supposed to report it so that they could be washed out of the program, which I later learned was them killing them. But and I'm sure Lakota would be like, "Well, we need to take you off the mission and put you on meds for this or whatever." But I tell you what, I'm not going to tell anybody anything. You don't want me to tell them, but I will try to help you the best I can.
Yeah. At this point, I think she's calmed down enough to actually patch you up so you're not bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
But
is the idea of poking it is still prevalent, but the voice has receded.
yeah, honestly, the Pike voice of reason, man. The Pike voice of reason.
Honestly, it's the mental things not working right that got me.
I think it's going to be funny that if she keeps going this route, she's going to end up with a Pike voice in her head too.
While Pike is still alive.
While Pike is alive, yeah. Well, the funny thing is like there are times when you read things in people's voices, or you think of conversations that you role play out conversations in your head, and you obviously hear other people's words in their voices. At least you know what? I'm gonna stop talking right there. Maybe I'm giving away too much. I don't know. I saw that.
Have you thought about
Morgan
talking
Freeman's
to somebody
voice
about that?
living free rent in your head?
Morgan,
I mean,
Morgan
isn't he
Freeman
in everyone's?
narrate your life when you're doing things?
Morgan Freeman.
Seriously,
no, it actually
that
sounds
man
more
has
like
voiced over enough commercials that I occasionally like when I hear like one of those jingles come up, I hear his voice during the commercials, so I get it.
Mine sounds a little bit more like somewhere between James Earl Jones and Ian McDermott.
Oh.
Darth Vader and Palpatine, maybe.
But yeah,
I think that's his name. I may have mispronounced it, but
I like how Pike, in his infinitely tiny wisdom, is like, yeah, I've seen crazy before. Don't worry, I got your back. I won't tell anyone you're a danger to the crew of this ship. Just let me know what I can do to help you. And I think you've known Pike long enough to know that there's an undertone in that where it's like, I will do what's necessary to help you, even if it means like killing you to save you from yourself. Make sure you die with your dignity.
Mm-hmm.
In his
Yeah.
weirdly supportive way. He's trying to be genuinely supportive.
Pike is special, kind of special that way. He is indeed trying to be genuinely supportive.
He's trying so hard to be a nice asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Trying so hard to be a good guy. He just doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah. He's still trying though.
Bless his heart, he's trying.
Yeah, bless his heart.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, but he's
bless his large horse heart.
Yeah. So
if you need more time before we get back on ice, then I'll just tell the captain that you know and you're working on getting there, however long it takes. Or we can go there
Yeah, I
together.
think you should probably tuck me into cryo so I don't have to deal with the voices talking to me before I go to sleep.
You know what? I'll do you one better. I will take you to cryo so I'm there when you go down. And I'll make the captain make Lakota wake me up a little earlier than you so I can be there when you wake up.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right, let's go down to cryo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Luke, what kind of stress is Warren at right now?
Surprisingly,
I think we dumped you back down to like 2 when you shot Pike. Okay.
Shooting Pike apparently felt pretty good. Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, but I said
in that case, you
go
can
up a little bit.
No, you can stay there at 2. Everybody else can reset to 0 because you're going into cryo.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
not sure I get to reset to 0.
I
would have to pass my empathy roll to reset to 0.
Yeah,
I guess that makes that sounds about right. So
she got to make her play nice roll to see if any of her stress goes away.
Yep. Okay, so I'll roll that right now.
Okay. Well, that's going to make this wake up moment even more entertaining.
Play nice.
So I roll it without stress dice.
Hey, success.
Oh God, she actually did.
Good. But yeah, before we go to sleep, I'm definitely gonna like go to Lakota and be like, I need to wake up 5 minutes.
Yeah,
before
she
Octavia does.
She says something along the lines of, either the CMO, which is her, or the captain can, set that up, but no worries. Any particular reason why you need to be woken up early?
Just to help her wake up.
Help who? Who are you trying to help?
I'm just helping Octavia out. I'm doing a favor.
Is she okay? Should I be concerned?
Not as long as you wake me up 5 minutes early.
So we're aware.
I might be dumb, but sometimes I get subtext.
Okay.
Not always.
I'm definitely going to put this in her permanent file.
Fine.
You're welcome for that, by the way. I know you know where that came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's like, all right, I'll set you to, I'll put it. She turns around, you see her start clacking away on keys on the keyboard. So when you guys wake up, you'll wake up a few minutes earlier than everybody else, so you can be there to wake up when Octavia starts coming.
Cool. Hey, so how's Finn? Did he get a concussion?
I think he'll be fine. I've just let him sleep this off, and he'll wake up, and we'll see what happens. Our daughter has control of the ship's flight at this point, so just gonna go put him in a cryo bed, cryo thingy.
Yeah, I mean, I got everything all set up there for daughter takeover, so okay.
All right. I think it's safe to say we can fast forward to. So you wake up. For you, it's like, slept for several hours. It feels really good. Except for the groggy part when you wake up and wow, my mouth is stupid dry, and yet somehow I have to pee an awful lot.
How does that feel to sleep so long?
Don't know. Ask me when I can actually sleep longer than 6 hours at a time.
I'll tell you the next time I have surgery.
Yeah, listen, when I woke up from my surgery, I was definitely like, oh, wow.
This is what rested feels like.
I didn't even feel rested when I woke up, though. It was just like, oh yeah, I had surgery. Wow, that really does feel like it was just a few minutes ago that I was falling asleep. And I am so groggy right now. I want to go back to sleep.
I just think it's funny when it's like, take things easy. We just had our hands inside of you. And I'm like, nah, I feel like $1 million right now. Thanks for the nap.
I did not feel any of that. I think I started to wake up and I woke up the same feeling the same way I do any other time I wake up. Like, can I get 10 more minutes, please?
So do I wake up early?
You do.
Okay. I'll wake up and I'll go get my drink that I've got taped to I've just got it taped to the side of my pod so I can lean over, rip it off the duct tape and drink it.
You drink it, little bits of duct tape or flap it in your face.
Yeah, and then I'll just
there's definitely a moment of, where you're sitting there and it's absolutely quiet. Like you hear the bips and blips and beeps and whatnot of the ship in function, but Otherwise it's like really quiet.
I mean, toasters don't make noise unless we're around, so that they're not being extra weird.
Indeed. I hate how I have to somebody just about every single day stream. Anyways.
Gross. Yeah, I'll look for something that I can sit on. I'll just sit at the bottom. I'll just sit on my pod so I can just be next to her pod when she wakes up.
Yep. And then after, it feels like a few minutes, you've probably got enough time to use the restroom. Come back, there's still another minute or two, and then more lights come on, more blips, bleeps, and boops as various pods start to unhatch. And everybody starts waking up, including Octavia.
So which hallucination does she get to wake up to today?
Listen. Unless you want the hallucination of my cat. It's dope. You can have that one.
Yeah, Pike is just chilling. Like when your pod's starting to open and you're starting to wake up, Pike is just standing next to your pod, looking down at you, real intensely, like while he's like picking at his bandaging.
Honestly, that is somehow reassuring to Octavia.
I was gonna say it's either reassuring or it's scary as fuck. Wake up! Wake up now!
It feels very much like she is gonna be rolling out of the pod right back into the Marines in another hydrate pack.
He's just gonna look down, and when he sees that your eyes are opening, he says, "I still don't have any fucking slippers for you."
The pink bunny slippers? Or did you have the brown fuzzy ones? I forget.
It's been a while.
We got work to do.
We do.
Should probably also
work.
It's Lakota's job to check on your brother, and I'm just gonna start once I see that you're like fully awake and talking. Then I'm gonna go to the cockpit.
All right. Anybody else? Anything you want to do in that moment of time between cryopod and flight deck?
She actually goes and gets her pee pad again from wherever the heck it ended up.
On somebody's bed, I think.
Threw it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It was on my bed.
Yeah. My bed. All right, Warren. Anything you wanted to get after, or even God forbid, Alita?
Yeah, what is Alita's
I haven't
response
considered
to
Alita.
Alita wakes up and goes straight to the mess hall and starts eating cereal.
Yes.
It's her default reset.
Yeah, she just T-poses there.
I'm curious, I'm just curious what her thoughts were on hearing about Pike's blatantly bullshit excuse for a gunshot wound.
Oh yeah, I think she wakes up and gets the notice that there's a new incident report that she needs to bless off on.
I feel like she would have had that conversation with Hamida.
Yeah.
And it would have been like, Hamida would have been like, "Did you know that he fell off a ladder onto a bullet?" And then Alita's like, "No, no."
I don't know if Hamida would have said it exactly like that, but I think that's the gist of the message. Like, that's weird how he fell off a ladder right onto a bullet. That's so weird. Hang on, I gotta distract this cat. Give me like 1 minute here.
I feel like that's one of those pregnancy protection commercials where the person goes flying off of whatever they're like down the escalator or out of a car and onto someone's dick. I was like, this is not how sex happens. Wrap it up.
Oh man.
Old school anti.
We still have so much. There's still so much bullshit to deal with. Pike really did get into some shit before we went into space.
What did I miss?
I'm not here to make your job any harder, Matt. Proceeds to make your job harder.
Do you remember those old anti-STD or like sex protection commercials where it was like the random person goes flying and then or fell down the stairs or something and suddenly they're on a dick?
I've never seen those.
Like and there, like there's a whole bunch of them that they made. I don't remember now if they were. I don't think they were American commercials. They were they were done
those
in
sound like
some
some
other
very
country.
European commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some of those
America's
epic
too
German
prudish for that
commercials.
kind of thing.
Yeah. But they were hilarious.
Of course. All right. So, unless there's anything else, I imagine everybody ends up on the flight deck or what have you.
I'm seated in the pilot's position, checking all of our readings. I'll peel the tape off the alarms to see how many of them are flashing.
So the two pilots are still out of commission.
Dudge is awake and quite dehydrated and looking honestly like somebody who just woke up from a 7-day drinking binge.
He's probably
with no more
hung
alcohol
the
to
fuck
consume.
over.
Yeah, he's hung over like a crazy guy. Finn is waking up and will soon be released by Lakota to return to active service. He's actually getting like I guess a quick checkup sort of thing going between him and. For everybody else, the following recorded message is being played on the bridge, flight deck, whatever you want to call it. It is, of course, once again, a recording from Gaius. And it says, "Good day, Solovetsky Island. I hope all is well. As you know, a key element of the Great Mother mission is to recolonize this sector of space under the collaborative banner of the United Nations and not any one supernation or corporation. Third planet of the KOI 1966 system was noted as suitable for colonization before the isolation, and this has been corroborated by our long-range survey scans. Governor Abantu, our overall commander of this mission, has taken a close personal interest in the colonization of this planet. Between you and me, he is desperate for a good news story, and setting up this colony will be that story. Thus, your task is to travel to the third planet as the advanced party, for the colonization. The Illiana will be about 24 hours behind you. We have the 4 atmosphere processors riding on Illiana's back and consuming fuel at a terrible rate, so we need to get them deployed soon. Thousands of colonists, as I'm sure you're already aware, to wake up and start making better worlds for all. You will oversee the colonization operation and then survey the planet for valuable resources. And as I said, Governor Abantu himself is the driving force behind this expedition and expects to see rapid results. Don't let him down. Insert cheesy smile, and then the screen goes black.
The whole time that was going, Pike is seated at the pilot position and he's checking readings and whatever, but he's just got like his left hand over his shoulder doing the whole the whole time Guys' recording is going. Just
amazing.
Super unprofessional.
Amazing. Hey, look, guys, he's still talking.
I mean, who's even in the pilot, the flight deck at this moment?
Whoever would be in there. I mean, the message wouldn't have played if at least a few of you weren't.
Mm-hmm. But like, me, Pike,
yeah,
Dudge, maybe.
I think Dudge is too hungover to be here.
I think Dudge comes in like about halfway through the message, and he's got what is basically a big friggin' canteen full of water, or probably not even water. It's like, 1980s space future Gatorade.
I like in the middle of the we're halfway through the message and he comes in with his giant tin thermos and I turn and I look at him, I point at myself, I point at the flight controls and I whisper back towards him like, Jim, just
he just leans against the bulkhead, sips on his electrolytes. Yeah. Other than that, you've got it's a little bit of ways out, but the third planet is not that far away. You could see it kind of as a slowly growing marble-sized thing at this point in the against the black backdrop of the story. Yeah, Jesus Christ, I really do know how to talk. I promise. Of the solar system in which you guys are, I'm going to give you your file here so you have an idea. Wait just a second as I find the correct folder in which to grab this file. And it is a PDF because, as I recall, somebody doesn't have Word on their computer, which is fine. So if you look in Discord, you'll see the PDF entitled Illiana, which is the solar system in which you currently are.
I'll flip a couple.
Go ahead.
I'll flip a couple switches and see if there's any radio transmissions leaving the planet, or on planet strong enough that I can tell that there's like communications activity to be detected.
There actually is. You are picking up a very weak signal from what appears to be an old colony Pathfinder locator beacon. It is not a distress beacon. It's a beacon that's used to denote a scout team's presence and a potential suitable location for colonization. It is located in the northwest sector of the planet.
Now, these Pathfinder
really
beacons,
but
these Pathfinder beacons, were they like ground vehicle mounted, or is this like a backpack radio type thing for?
It's more like a backpack radio type thing. You will note, the computer will note that it's codes in, like when I say codex, I don't mean codex. It's more like the audio encryption file codec, multiple.
Yeah.
The codecs in use are like 75 years. And daughter instantly pegs them as.
Captain, coming in. We've got a 75-year-old Pathfinder signal. We're looking man portable. Scout team.
Something. So someone's been there before.
You will note. Actually,
or they're there permanently.
I think Tam's the one that points this out. He's like, didn't Gaia say that this was identified as a potential colony site before the isolation?
Yeah.
Them.
Okay, but this is a Pathfinder group. I suppose they must have some scouts. All right, well, take us in.
Flip. Stick.
I interrogate the signal and see if it's saying how old it is or if it has any messages with it.
There's no particular message. It's more of a locator beacon. It's also in the similar class of beacons that are used as part of navigational aids. That for instance, when aircraft are flying, the computers are talking to each other between the aircraft and ATC that helps guide the aircraft and keep it on course. Even though obviously there's a pilot at the controls, there's the computers themselves talk well. And this is one of those sorts of things where this beacon or what have you is not just a, hey, we're here. It's also a turn this way, exit now, stage right. Or, beer and hookers, exit left. No, it doesn't say that. You get the idea.
Isn't the mission to go down and mark where the atmospheric
yes
generator things should be dropped onto the planet?
Yeah, we've got 24 hours to put a beacon down where we think this atmosphere processor needs to go.
Exactly. And you will know.
So this world where the Archimedes colony was located, near the bottom of the screen, we get the letters number Koi.
Nope. This is not the Archimedes colony. Sorry, this is the Illiana colony. The Archimedes is the colony you're supposed to go to after you check out. So that's a typo problem on my end. So you were doing Illiana,
the Illiana
and then
colony.
we're doing Salty Signals, and then we're doing Archimedes. That's the current
Salty
route.
Signals.
What's that?
Okay, Salty Signals. Love it.
Yep. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, I did put Archimedes in there for some reason. I must have copied and pasted and forgot to do
it. Okay.
The Koi 1966.03, that is correct. This is a G-class main sequence star. You could see that when you look out the window. You know what I mean? So all that information is correct. There's a slew of gas giants, which means there are a slew to the fourth power of moons around them. You've got one terrestrial planet, the one you're headed to. There's a couple of ice planets and a bunch of fucking asteroids. But it's like this is almost a pristine solar system for all sorts of things. Like you can get to do all sorts of mining operations out. Probably make a boatload of cash. And then the planet itself, as you look through the notes there.
I like the idea that we're looking at the sensor data and Pike just says, Well, that's weirdly ideal.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That would be Pike to say that shit. Yeah, as you're looking at it, you're getting sensor data and it's telling you that, the North Pole is like, oh wow, plains. And then like thermal springs and steam vents, huge rivers, vast river deltas, forests, gently rolling grassland hills. What a weirdly specific and oddly human-reaching planet.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey.
Also,
We
atmosphere is
definitely need to go to
breathable.
the equator because there's some insect-like creatures there, or the North Pole because Pike owes me a hunting trip.
Mm,
Hey,
mm.
Southwest is also good. I will point out the beacon is in that northwestern, the huge rivers and vast river delta, the Riverlands. House Tully
Northwestern.
is calling you.
Well,
That's a
Mm.
Game of Thrones reference.
we've got the ability to hop around a bit.
Yeah.
If there's survey
But
data that those guys already have done, then that's time in our pockets.
Mm-hmm.
not only that, but if the atmosphere is breathable and the temperature is the climate is temperate, I don't know why any of those words came out. Um, why do we need an atmospheric processor? Hmm.
I
I
Tan
don't
guess it's
know.
not our question.
Tan will look at you like, because they want to stop carrying them on. I suppose. You're right though. If this planet is so clean, then why do they want to drop
Maybe the
bureaucracy
Hmm.
for
plants
the
here are
sake of
poisonous.
bureaucracy? What's that?
Maybe the plants are poisonous and they need to make a zone where it's not poisonous.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm not the
Isn't
one paying for it.
there isn't there a way that you could get like a promotion or something for saving them X gajillion Wayuu bucks on deploying that somewhere where it's useful?
Don't know what a U-Buck
Oh
is,
yeah.
but I wish that were the case. I probably would have saved them all sorts of money by not letting you aboard this mission.
See, they need more people like you working for them. You're smart.
This is why bureaucracy sucks. Lots of smart people, lots of great ideas, nobody would carry them forward.
Yeah, this is why I like bullets.
Tan, he just shakes his
Speaking
head. He
of
doesn't know what to say. He's just like, what the fuck, man?
Meanwhile,
speaking of
Pike is like, we
bullets,
bonded. That was a good conversation. We're being friendly.
Yeah, so again, like I said, the beacon is in the northwestern hemisphere. There's plenty of other places you could check out as well. It's up to you to
How
determine where you want to go.
what are the sort of the terrain restrictions for our vehicles? Like I know we got the buggies that can probably go pretty much anywhere we can jam them.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um
Mm.
I'm
I
not a
guess let's
survey.
go to the first spot that's been marked and just double check to make sure it's a good spot to land the generator. And after that, we can have fun and go exploring areas.
Well, if I'm thinking about this, right, like we know that the North Pole and the equator and are going to be a bit on the dangerous side potentially. Um, do you want to take? Do we want to put the ship down for a longer term survey in the grassland hills? Maybe try to drop somewhere close between east and west so we can check out the pharmacologies. And he just looks around. He's like, "Got a word."
You do that thing that I do, and I'm like, oh, I nailed that big word.
Yeah.
I nailed it real good.
the pharmacologies.
Yeah, so we can have, our ground survey and our medical survey done somewhere that might be good for a settlement to be built. I can take the truck and I can take Octavia. We can get dropped off in that northwestern, see if we can get any survey data from those pioneers.
Okay. Yeah, if you can have any hints as to what happened to those pioneers, then we can go from there, and we can do some hopping around to see what we can for landscape surveys.
Yeah. Plus, if you land somewhere that's mostly grassland hills,
Yeah.
there's less cover for predators. If I
Yeah,
discover that
put
there's
the
some
ship
predators.
down and then have Emily and Lakota and company pop out and do a localized survey, and then we'll go grab the beacon.
Give me one
Okay.
quick second while you guys continue to discuss this. I gotta check.
And I also, and he like holds up a post-it note that he took some notes on. It's like we also need to make sure that where we put this thing has good wind stuff so that if they decide to mess with the atmosphere, it's gooder at it.
Yeah. But we'll just go probably make sure, because the beacon doesn't really convey any information. Maybe they left notes in the box with it real quick. Since we're good to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, if we're lucky, they just couldn't catch a ride back off planet, starved to death, and all their notes are there. If we're really unlucky, we'll find some mutilated bones.
Hopefully
Yeah.
not.
And hopefully their notes
Melted.
right there anyways.
Yeah.
All right, so what's the plan? What's the...
Hey, at least if nobody's been here, we probably won't see Xenos.
Yeah, but people have been here.
People have been here. That means there's been Xenos here. Come on.
Plus, infested
Maybe
with
this is where they
insect-like
came from.
creatures. Oh, geez. I don't have enough explosives for that.
I mean, we have those nuclear reactor thingies.
I guess we could. Let's not. You know what, Tam? For your benefit, I'm not going to talk about industrial misappropriation in front of you.
he just looks at you and he's just like, okay, and then goes back to typing away at whatever he was typing away at.
I'll
Do we need to break out the chart of how to dismember Xenos if we do come across them?
And how to cook
draw
them.
one on a napkin
No.
for you. But so how's do we have a medical status on Finn?
Yeah.
If you call down to the medical bay, you could probably get one.
Yeah.
Or we could just say you do that and you get a call back saying,
yeah, you have the distinct look of looking at Octavia's face of she really, really doesn't want to talk to either of her siblings at the moment. So she is actively avoiding both Finn and Nina.
Hey, Octavia. You want to go prep the buggy?
Sure. She goes immediately bolts out of the room.
Yeah, I can start bringing us in on that. Looks like we could probably land in this delta without sinking the ship. So we drop off the buggy, just do a hot drop.
Okay.
But we need Finn up here to be able to take over. He's gonna have to do the landing because I'm gonna be behind a wheel.
Yeah. So yeah, it takes a minute or two, but he eventually comes up and he's like, he doesn't say shit to you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, he gives you the most Finn-like death glare he could possibly give you, which may or may not actually amount to anything, but he is certainly trying.
I like that when I get up out of the seat to give him the seat, I'm like, told you I could fly, and then just walk away.
As soon as he sits down, he starts fiddling with the seat controls, not because you're like massive, but to make it a point that he does not appreciate you being in his seat.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. And with a fair amount of ease, no real pomp and circumstance, and certainly not flying. God damn it, not showing off. He puts the ship right wherever you wanted it to do whatever it was you were about to do, which I may have missed bits and parts of. You're flying over the northwest section of the planet. Is that what the deal is?
Yep, we're getting dropped off. Octavia and I are getting dropped off in a buggy so we can go figure out what's up with that signal and see if there's any survey data we can take.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ship is going where from there?
I believe the ship is going to head towards east. Is going to go east southern. Trying to park near the divide where the oddly colored forest plant vegetation are.
Oh, you're going to try to centrally locate somewhat between the southeast and southwest.
Yeah,
so like half a world away.
Yeah, okay. And then so that they're in the hills, which is harder for predators to wander around, and they can get in a truck and drive out to the forest to do studies to see if it's poisonous or whatever.
Okay. All right. In
Whatever
that case,
medical wants to do.
Pike and Octavia, you are in the buggy. You landed probably a few clicks away from the beacon. You've got a tracker PDAT thing set up to get right to it. You are in a pretty wide open grassy plain, and it doesn't take very long to arrive on what looks like a cluster of 6 prefabricated rigid tents. Some of them, let me rephrase this. Let me read this. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not about to give away too much. You are in the center of a 3 kilometer wide grassy plain. So basically, big open ground, big leafy grassy bits all around you. Probably like waist high in grass. The camp consists of 6 prefabricated rigid tents surrounding the Pathfinder locator beacon, which is basically just a box about 1 meter across with a series of antennas and stuff like that sticking out. It's fallen on its side but continues to function, powered by a grimy portable solar panel that stands next to it. It's obvious that the camp has been abandoned for quite some time. Obviously, the signal is like 75 years old, so it's obviously been abandoned for a very long time. These structures are smeared by ages-old dust and dirt. Containers and boxes lie scattered. The grasses of the plains have ground away and through the place. There's a battered 8x8 Daihotai truck rig, whatever, slumped into the ground with rotted tires, and its structure is rusted and broken. The 6 rigid tents have all completely collapsed. One of the 6 tents has completely collapsed, and the others are obviously damaged. There's some what looks like tear marks right through the sides of 1 or 2 of them. Can you guys give me a observation roll, which I'm sure you're going to pass? Flying fucking colors.
So while we're looking at these and considering our observation, he looks over and says, "So, how about that hunting trip?"
Yeah, so I would just want to point out that I have 2 special abilities related to this.
Sure.
I have the the scientist talent and analysis, and I also have the talent that lets me take more time to look at things.
Mm-hmm.
And they both are applicable to this
Okay.
situation. So, the analysis one is special because it gives me a whole bunch of stuff. Because it's insight regarding strange and alien artifacts or creatures and stuff like that.
Okay. Mike's got 2 successes. Go ahead and make your rolls, and then we'll compile your successes together.
Yeah, and then my intense focus, because I take like 10 minutes to look around, gives me a +2 modifier.
Okay.
So I'm add the modifier, click roll.
4 successes. Do you want to push it?
Yeah, I'm gonna push this. And because I can.
There you go.
I have 5 total successes to feed into analysis.
Yep. So between the 2 of you, you have a total of 7 successes. How would you like to break that down for?
I just want to know if danger is here or danger is near us, and if not, I'm just picking through stuff and giggling at their misfortune while she analyzes it.
Okay. The one thing that is noticeable is the method by which the side of a tent, there's actually 2 separate tents that are pretty much slashed more or less in the middle. It's very reminiscent of either claws or a knife or something like that. Beyond that, you do note some of the damage does not appear to have been caused by the weather or the fact that it's been sitting here for so long. It's intentional or done by creatures of some sort. Specifics are probably difficult to tell, other than the obvious one of clearly something with claws or knives or something like that slashed open 2 of the tents. There is also in amongst the tent debris there is a data pad that looks like it's still functioning, as well as, of course, some. Hold on, despite the damage, there are many sealed boxes of useful supplies. Anything you feel like you want to partake in, other than anything that would be perishable, obviously. Any foodstuffs would not be available, but more or less anything you can think of that you might want to get your hands on that makes sense, it's there in these boxes. It's just 70 years old. Dusty. No, that's actually probably not, because it's still sealed inside a box. The box itself is dusty, dirty ground.
I'm probably going to check labels on these boxes and put together an inventory while Octavia does her scientific analysis, and I'll just hand her the data
Yeah, I want to check like how old it is. Do I think it was actually done by animals or knives? If there's any, trapping of creatureness in the area, stuff like that.
Well, it looks like this definitely happened quite some time ago. There's no fresh animal tracks anywhere nearby. The grass is completely grown over, and it's not even trampled grass, except for what you guys yourselves do. So whatever it was, it happened years ago. Probably when, at best guess, first glance, probably when these scouts were actually here. Um, the damage, when you take a harder look at it with your extra insight and all that other stuff that you were talking about, different talents and stuff, these are more claws than knives. Knives, like, I'm no expert, but I imagine there's a certain degree of a claw is going to be a little bit more rippy, shreddy, whereas a knife is going to be a nice, clean slice. Does that make sense? And
Yeah.
the tears are not regular or
Uniform.
yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the right word. They're very much a bit of a ragged edge to them. Now, to be clear, these claws must have been very, very sharp because the cuts themselves are pretty straightforward. But there is a certain amount of raggedness. Give me 1 second. My son needs something.
I want to be right back.
Love you too, bud. But yeah, ultimately, these claws were clearly appear to be made by, or excuse me, these slashes were made by something that appears to be less manufactured. I did say claw, but say. There is the data pad. It appears that the data pad is just off. Perhaps the battery is still quasi-functional, especially if you plug it into something. It doesn't appear to be like cracked or damaged, other than maybe some chipping in the ruggedized edges of it. But the screen itself seems functional.
Yeah, I mean, I've cleaned it off, plug it in, try to turn it on.
It takes a moment. It's definitely got the look of like, wow, this is some really old tech that, oh shit, it actually works. The data pad, data slate, whatever you want to call it, is a log from one of the colonization teams. And I'm going to copy and paste it into Discord. Well, unfortunately, some of the formatting is a bit janky. And because it's been a while since I've read this, let me take a look at it too. Let's see. Landfall. They named this planet Eljana, which I think somewhere in my notes, that's actually the Arab word or some language's word for heaven. Let's see. Initial series encouraging planet ripe for colonization. Retrieval ship hasn't arrived on time. Something interstellar interference. Supplies running low. Should be noted there are no bodies.
Yeah.
So compared to current time versus how long ago were the date stamps on these messages?
75, 80 years.
Okay.
This checks out to basically right before the isolation. And it looks like possibly one theory.
They got abandoned out here when the isolation went into effect, probably. The ship never bothered to come pick them up.
That's absolutely an intelligent theory. Could be the reason.
Yeah. I convey that to Kane, or to Pike, that there doesn't seem to be any foul play here. It looks like just animals and weather, and the notes on the pad seem to convey that they just never got picked up. So we might find some bodies eventually, but I doubt we're gonna find a full-fledged colony here.
There
might find
is
some children. We might find some children of these scouts, but I kind of doubt it.
This place is full of life. Unless they were resupplied or extremely good, they're probably long since eaten.
Well, these are 80-year. These are people who are, would be 100+ years old now. So, if there's any survivors, it would be grandchildren and children, at best.
That's what I'm saying. I doubt they had kids before they were all taken by the wild.
Yeah, and reasonable people wouldn't, pop out children if they didn't have to. Not in this situation.
There is one other note in this data slate. It's kind of it looks kind of like a hand-drawn sketch, and it indicates some of the local, like the region that you are in. It doesn't specify anything like it's been super checked out or anything like that, but it does point out there is a collapsed cliff about 25 kilometers north of this particular camp. There is a series of algae lakes linked by rivers about 50 kilometers south. It's noted that somewhere in the neighborhood of about 200 kilometers to the northeast, there were observed some sort of the local variant of bovine creatures grazing on the grasslands. Obviously, these are alien creatures, and there's no additional scientific data. So they had meant to check this place out, but never got very far beyond initial looks.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm pretty sure they died pretty quick because, if you're left here and abandoned, things like that solar panel would have been great to take with you.
Yeah.
That
so
vehicle,
these
all
definitely
these
have
supplies.
This hand sketch drawing and whatnot kind of gives the impression that these were like, oh, this is some cool stuff that will be, maybe in a couple of weeks we'll be able to go check out, but then a couple of weeks never come and go, or never comes by.
Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely get that feeling that, hey, these would be some cool spots to check out. Yeah, not necessarily, not specifically for you guys, but that they had intended to do that.
Ship.
Yeah.
To just convey the information we have learned to Matt. Or the pilot, depending on if Matt's already left the ship.
Yeah,
if it's
they're currently incommunicado because of nap of the Earth and curvature of the Earth and reasons. There's no satellite network, so they're beyond line of sight right now. So
they're over the horizon, and I can't bounce a signal off the atmosphere. That's what you're saying.
If you want to roll a comms tech and maybe take a couple penalties because you don't have all the necessary equipment to do a really good job of that. I'm also saying that because Luke is not at his screen right now.
So
yeah,
we have presumably a higher wattage radio in the buggy.
Sure.
She should be able to do some math and Comtech doing an ionosphere bounce with that, depending on what time of day it is.
I don't know how any of that works. That's why I was saying you could make a roll, but probably have a little bit of a penalty because you probably don't have all the best equipment you could have, or all the right equipment, I suppose. I don't know how all of that stuff works. I'm not a comms guy.
I've been sitting in a field with a bunch of really old guys with old radios talking to people in Europe.
I'm not saying you can't. I don't know how it works. So, I'm sure Octavia, being the former comms tech guy would know how to do that. Oh, look, there's Luke. Yeah, she doesn't even have to make a roll anymore. Now she can make a direct connection call.
Sorry. Oh, hey, Cap, are you still on the ship, or did you go wandering off?
I think I'm still on the ship.
You are. You're. Listen. Even with a suborbital hop, to go from where they were to where you would want to be, it's going to take a few minutes, okay? It's not going to be quite instantaneous.
Well, I call you up and let you know what we found. No hostile actions. Looks like there's some evidence that the scouts were never picked up, but we have no confirmation of that.
It looks like my best guess is stay here too long. Predators got them.
Yeah, it looks like they were just abandoned in place, and we just guessed that the predators got them because there's a lot of supplies here that are just packaged up and abandoned. Like, you don't leave behind a perfectly good solar panel if you're making yourself a baby colony.
No. All right. Well, so you guys got a camp and everything there?
Yeah, just,
kind of
weather tossed, a little bit of native wildlife scratching. Nothing crazy. Bunch of boxes of supplies that are just boxed up. Rotting vehicle, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Found a data pad with some personal notes. It legit just sounds like their retrieval ship just did not come on time, and it's possible that their retrieval ship never came.
All right. Well,
so we don't know if there's bodies or not, but we have not yet found any.
I don't think we're
no bodies.
Yeah, it's been 100. It's been 80 years. There's probably no bodies.
Yeah. If there were bodies, obviously there would be bodies. Once there were bodies, somebody would have been eating them.
Yeah, I mean, 80 years later.
Yeah, and the materials that the clothing and stuff they were wearing would probably degraded and swallowed up by the dirt.
Yeah, we can confirm some of their survey notes. We can also do a bit of a survey here ourselves, so we can sort of maximize choice when you got to finally decide where you want to put that beacon.
Yeah, I think honestly that's more of an Emily problem because you need to put it in a geologically stable area, and that's something she would need to do with her equipment, not something we could do. We were just checking on the post. Honestly,
Yeah.
we're just gonna go do some exploring and some
I took
scouting.
some good notes. I took some good notes when I was
Alright,
working with
well-
her before, so I can find things that are obvious signs of bad rock.
So enjoy the camping trip, and that's in order.
Yep. Then yeah. So do you want to switch it over to Luke's side for when they land and do the initial stuff
I
on that
do
side?
actually, for a brief moment. Shortly after you drop these two off, you get a little bit of a data update from some of your sensors scanning the planet. Can you give me either you or one of the NPCs, if you don't have very good comtech, can you give me a comtech roll, or perhaps someone like Finn or something would give one?
Yeah, it'd be either you or Finn.
Yeah, I'd prefer Finn to do the contact if he's available.
Okay.
Because I think Finn does have some contact.
He does. He's got a couple of points in it. He actually points out, "Hey, Cap, that's weird. There's like about 100 kilometers or so east of where we just dropped them off. There's like this, I don't know, slightly warmer area."
Slightly warmer area.
Yeah, like if everything over here was like 20 degrees, this area is like 23. Really weird. I don't know what that is.
But
in
like
Celsius
not
to
because of
Fahrenheit,
temperature?
I'm sorry?
But not because of temperature, maybe because of
Something geothermal, maybe? But it's really weird.
Should we head that way and see what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this
absolutely.
planet is geothermally active because there's hot springs.
Yes.
I mean, if it's only 100 kilometers away from us, we can go check that out while you're in a different hemisphere. We got wheels, and a lot of this is flat ground until we get to brush.
Okay, something
Yeah,
stinks
we
about
maybe
it, but
bump that
are you guys
down.
armed?
Doesn't the buggy have a couple of weapons on it? And besides, that's Pike. That guy is a gun nut. If ever there was a gun nut. And when he says, I want to be clear, when he says that with a certain amount of like, I really want to punch that fucker if he wasn't 16 feet tall.
There's venom in his words.
Yeah,
There's absolutely
I'm
venom.
assuming at this point Nina has filled Finn in.
I don't know if you've had that opportunity yet, because Finn's been unconscious on this whole.
I hope not. I hope I conveyed the message of you should not tell him anything. I punched him in the face because you tried to.
Yeah, that's why he was unconscious, concussed and all.
Nobody said
Yeah,
Nina
that's
was
right.
smart.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But yeah,
you know what?
Finn
if
is
you guys want
definitely
to go that way.
Yeah, Finn's definitely like, we can carry on with our original plans and just shoot that data down to my sister. He specifically says my sister, not Pike, and certainly not at this moment Octavia, because I'm not entirely sure what the fuck's going on with her in the first place. He says, yeah, just shoot it down to them and they can go check it out. We'll go check out the southern side of the planet. South side? He doesn't say that.
Yeah, okay. Just beam it down to them, and we'll beam ourselves over to the south side.
Yep. Yeah, Pike. Because Rodan stepped away for a second. You definitely.
Well, I'm just getting a can of soda out of the fridge.
Sorry, I didn't know if you took your headset off or not. Or not. You know what I mean.
We all have wireless except for. Oh no.
Yeah. So you get you definitely get the update.
No.
You get the note that there, about 100 kilometers east of your position, there is a slight temperature increase in the ambient air region, whatever, for no known reason. Specifically, there is the idea of geothermics, but it may or may not be that. It doesn't seem like there's anything specifically accounting for that, but it's an oddity that maybe you should check out.
Cool.
Is that you said west of us?
East.
East. Okay.
I'm gonna go through these through my inventory list of boxes. And I'm gonna grab their geological survey equipment and toss that in the back of the buggy.
Okay.
I'm gonna toss anything that I don't think rot's gonna be a problem for. So like climbing pins and stuff like that. See
Yep.
if the ropes that they had were synthetic or not.
Yeah. Well, anything in the boxes, anything sealed up is still in good condition, or let's say slightly less than because of age, but it's been sealed up, and so it hasn't deteriorated because bugs or anything have been eating on it. So if it's still sealed, it's still good. It may not be the best equipment compared to what's readily available nowadays, but
It's
still
pretty
reliable.
similar to what the core is using.
Yes, I know how the core works. Yeah, right now
So,
there's
yeah.
a whole bunch of U.S. Marines that are like, you motherfuckers, we're tired of your offhanded bullshit or handoffs, hand-me-downs, whatever the fuck the word is.
Yeah, they're quadruple hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just spray painted green, put handles on it. Half of them don't know.
There you go.
So yeah, I'll throw the survey equipment and any sort of travel equipment that they have, so like climbing gear and stuff like that. I assume they set up the tents they had, and I'm not gonna try to fix one of these things, so fuck that.
They're all
We
they're
can
all
sleep in the
in
buggy.
pretty bad shape. Like I wouldn't. You look at them and you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna stay dry if it rains.
Yeah.
No, we can sleep inside the buggy.
Yeah, well, there's that obviously, but like referring to the tents themselves, it's not worth it.
I'm pretty sure the picture of the buggy is that it's open top.
You might be able to
So-
take.
still
You might
keep
be
you
able to
dry.
listen. I will
But it's an
allow.
off-road, buggy, so we could probably sleep under the buggy.
Well, here's the other side of that too: is there is enough canvas or canvas air quote that you
Right.
could salvage the tents and have enough overhead cover put together to sleep under the canvas overnight if you want.
Dude, we took this knowing we were doing a camping expedition. We probably have a fucking tent and sleeping bags in here.
You probably do have.
Like, come on now.
You get a
I'm
shelter.
thinking,
You get 2 shelter halves with 2 sets of tent poles and 2 ropes. You're good.
yeah, I'm gonna take the
It's 6
back-
stakes. Sorry, I
I'm
forgot
gonna
the
take
stakes.
I'm gonna take that one person back seat and the little bit of cargo space behind it, and I'm just gonna like fill all of the empty space with all of their Pathfinder related survey equipment.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like you strap it all down so we can take it with us.
You're gonna slap and say that ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna give
That's
it,
what that extra piece of canvas is for.
I'm gonna slap the ATV and give it an attaboy.
Listen, nothing's tied down until you do the. Yeah, that ain't going nowhere.
Okay. Are you gonna try to make me learn how to drive an ATV?
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, you got like 2 kilometers worth of space to figure out these pedals.
Yeah, because she does not have any piloting at the moment, so she doesn't actually know how to drive technically. So now would probably be a good time to
You know what?
attempt
Make
to
a
teach.
piloting roll, and you too can learn how to pilot.
Right?
Yeah, he's gonna take this as an opportunity. It's like, maybe if we get your mind off of your
He's gonna
mind
teach you how to
by
drive
making you
stick.
think about other things, so I'm gonna teach you how to drive this buggy.
He's gonna. No, I got a better one. You ready? He's gonna teach you how to buggy. Hey, you got 3 successes. Amazing.
Legit.
Do you get piloting without spending XP, or do you still have to drop 5 points?
You still have to drop 5 points.
All right. Well, when you're ready and feel like dropping those 5 points, you can now add piloting 1 to your list.
That's literally, I actually have 0 piloting and 0 command right now, so I'm planning on keeping 0 command because it seems appropriate.
I agree in this case, yeah. Yeah, so you spend probably the rest of the day. I don't know, unless you feel like that's too long, but I think you feel like you spend the rest of the day basically doing. Well, no, you spend about an hour or 2 doing donuts and burnouts and really just tearing up the countryside. There is now a bunch of trampled, beaten down, smushed grass and a whole lot of areas that are just like buggy tracks all over the place. But you now have a reasonable amount of control over the vehicle. Where would you like to go? The note said, basically north, east, and northeast. I think that sounded a little redundant, but hopefully you know. Let me see. What does it say? 25 kilometers north is the collapsed cliffs. Algae Lakes are 50 kilometers south. And the roaming herds of alien bovine shits are 200 kilometers northeast. and about 100 kilometers east is the weird temperature fluctuation thingy. Not fluctuation.
Due east.
Increase.
We'll just go due east for now.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll check out the weird temperature thing.
And on the way back, we can stop by those bovine.
There's a particularly verdant spot to the east, so that's where the survivors of the scouting team supposedly went. So we have 2 reasons to go east first.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll not notice when we bump over some belt that didn't get eaten.
Right.
On first examination, this area looks fairly natural. There is something of a, you're sitting on a plain, semi-symmetrical mounds in the ground. Outside of the ring of mounds, the grassy earth rises sharply until it meets the surrounding mountains and cliffs. The view to the south from a sheer cliff is it's a pretty breathtaking vista of the planet's awesome beauty. I mean, this is one of those moments where you guys grew up in places where, if you weren't in the middle of some station or some shithole colony with a whole bunch of prefab boxes all around you, seeing this wide open space is probably a bit mesmerizing and perhaps even a little bit of, I'm going to say decentering, like you almost lose your balance because of how just wide open and expansive it is. But otherwise, there is, a 500-meter wide valley that you end up driving through and leads you into this region. I think there are. Hang on, it's been a while since I've read through this. It took us a bit longer than I anticipated to get here.
I am recording.
Yeah.
Because I do have a camera. So I am just recording everything that's going on, including all the stupid conversations we're having.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how many times have you guys...
my lopsided donuts.
I was going to say, I wonder how many times you guys have conversed about which place has the best hot.
Oh, man.
I have definitely had those conversations on patrol.
When it's not just about the quality of the toppings, right? Because some really good.
Oh God, I actually sparked something here. Shit.
So then it depends on. And it depends on what color they are, because they make there's a couple of brands that make them super bright red, and that's a thing.
Yeah, sure. But what I'm saying is, there are some condiments that some places serve them with that are amazing, but they don't work well when you stick them in a pocket. So you really got to make sure you're not just picking the plate for the quality of the dog, but the condiments that are going to stay on them and not in your pants.
Yeah, that's true. And it also depends on what they wrap them up in, because there's that wax paper, and then you got the foil, and then you got the who the fuck puts it in a brown paper bag shits.
Exactly.
Ugh.
Right. I mean, you
get the brown paper bag with the grease stain coming through.
Yeah, because you want to make sure you got the good toppings that are they're good but not so leaky they make it through whatever. But the container also has to be able to contain enough moisture that you don't lose the good.
I feel like I had a stroke and I'm not sure what's happening anymore.
We're fucking with Omar. That's what's happening.
Yeah. All right, so you are literally bouncing along this not really road, but the train's fairly flat. You're in kind of a valley, several hundred meters wide, leading away from the grassy plains and into this area. You start hitting some really kind of bumpier spots, and you notice around you that you see ahead of you and off to either side a couple of almost symmetrical mounds of where the ground comes up into kind of like a bump, and it seems a little too smooth. This is the phrase I want.
Nature doesn't make things this consistently.
Yes, and then further out on either side, several hundred meters away, is another set, and it's almost like they're partner paired on either side, left and right of the road. And then beyond that, as you could, where it starts to get to where the distance is kind of fading a little bit, is some more weird, almost uniformed mounds. Give me some sort of observation.
Go ahead and take us to a stop.
Oh, well, if you make it stop, go ahead and you've got all your observation.
Yeah. Also, I just want to point out, I think we both have the watchful trait, so if something's trying to jump us, we would need 2 more.
Westcott, as you are surveying the land around you, A familiar voice whispers to you, "Man, we could have built a cabin here, right? This would have been a great place." And then it just kind of, but as he says place, it fades away, echoey.
I mean,
Says
honestly,
Zomborski.
if we're gonna build a cabin, we should build it on the water.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Like, you have not mentioned it. In fact, you were just talking about hot dogs, and suddenly she said something about a cabin.
So I asked her to stop. I take it she stops. We can do the observation, and
Yep.
like I'm currently like positioning to get the DMR over the top bar of the windshield so I can scope and look.
Yep.
And as I'm starting to lean forward to sight in, awkwardly like kneeling on the seat, I just say down, I'm like, was that for me or one of the two people living rent free?
I think one of the two people living rent free says this would have been a great place to put a cabin. I'm like, nah, there's not enough water here. No fishing.
Man, no fishing. I mean, not without a serious investment.
Exactly.
You actually are looking down EMR scope, so you're getting a better look. Octavia can see right now. You sight in on one of the closer mounds, and it looks like there's a part of it that, from the road, naked eye, it's not easy to make it out, but now that you're getting a zoomed in view, it looks like there's a part of the ground that is kind of fluffed off. Like sometimes
Frost heave?
I cannot think of the word else. Mudslide sort of thing, but not really
Okay.
mudslide. Travesty sort of. But just dirt falling off because of erosion or whatever. And underneath, it seems to be some sort of like, I don't know, structure, concrete, something. Definitely not natural.
I'll reach down with my offhand, reach down for the mic for the car radio, and I'll just unclip it and pull it up to my mouth. Island Scout.
Scout Island reading.
I'm going to be turning on my IFF beacon. I've been recording everything up to this point. If we do not respond, it's because we died, and I will make sure to say a lot of shit before I die. So when you recover my armor, you know what happened. Somebody lives, somebody or something has lived here. We see, I don't know, structures, buried structures, old structures, dirt covered structures. They're too uniform to be nature.
Could we spin around rendezvous?
I think that might be a bit dangerous for the ship. I recommend that we continue our scouting.
You keep the ship not over the horizon in this area.
But it would be helpful. I mean, maybe not to bring the ship here, but I do recommend that maybe the ship take orbit so that we can bounce off so I can use my weaker radio.
Okay. Finn, you read?
Yeah, what's up, boss?
Should we actually just keep orbit on where are we on the north western
I think by
place?
this point, because it's been like a couple hours or whatever since you first dropped them off, you're probably crossing over. Actually, a couple hours later, you're probably in the southern land masses. Do you want to head back, boss? What do you want to do? We could take up a parking
position.
Sorry?
Yeah, given our position, we probably should continue on our mission as per needed. Are
You
you
need
able to
drop
hold
off the
off
science vessel, the science boat for Emily.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll probably continue as normal.
All right. Maintaining course. Doesn't know what else to say at this point.
Yeah. So Pike, do you think you can hold off for a while?
I mean, we're good for a while. If you let us know when you're going to be dropping the pod off so we know we have no comms, and then let us know when comms come back. I'll give you a response when we're back in comms so you know that we're still alive.
Okay. I'll hail you when I have a chance.
Scout out.
Soloveski out.
Octavia, why don't you take us towards the one there where all the shit fell off of it? If there was going to be a way in, that might make it easier.
Yeah. I drive us over there. Honestly, we're probably moving at like 2 miles an hour, just so we got
Yep.
chances to react to things, and
It's
we're not disturbing the earth as much.
yeah, it's uneventful. There's like suddenly kind of a bit of a breeze kicks up and knocks a little bit more dirt loose. It's as you get closer, it's now obvious that this is clearly some sort of stony structure that sends in beneath the ground. But its purpose and whatnot is difficult to determine. What you do notice as you pull in, I imagine Pike is going to do some sort of security sweep of everything he could see as far out as he can see from his current location. You do notice that about 500 meters further east of your current location is what appears to be a big fat divot in the ground.
Yeah. So Pike's been describing all of this so that his helmet can hear it. So he's doing things like, approaching structure, can confirm structure looks to be like a stone structure. I see a dip 500 meters off, possibly an interconnected complex. Definitely old.
Definitely old.
Beginning security sweep. It's just like he's narrating all of it because he's like, yeah, I mean, if I get fucking murdered and they have to come out here and find my beacon, I want them to have like footage that tells them like, important shit.
I just want to distract the group for one moment.
Mm-hmm.
When you were saying that you were going 2 miles per hour, I was like, how many geese per second is that? And then I looked it up, and it actually is geese, like in Canadian units.
Oh, gotcha.
Second. And I looked it up on Google. It actually translated to 3.2 geese per second.
Okay, that's interesting. All right. Give me Octavia's driving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. I know you don't actually have any points in piloting. Give me a piloting. It's gonna be at a -2. Well, let me rephrase that. Or before you do that, did you stop at the mounds or do you continue going towards the?
No, we
dip?
stop at the first mound.
Okay.
Yeah, we're stopping at the mound to see if I can get in there.
Because a dip indicates collapsed earthworks, so we don't want to actually drive over that. We'd want to walk over that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Pike said in his little comm thing that he suspects there's the possibility that this is a larger complex.
Okay. As you look at this mound / structural thingy, what it looks like is grass covered, wet. These mounds cover what appears to be some sort of ancient structure. If you were to do any sort of digging around, it looks like you're just going to reveal a whole bunch of stony ruins. But again, it's not like nothing's clicking as to what this was or what it could be. Ahead of you,
it's always a missile silo until proven otherwise.
I suppose that's fair.
That feels pretty Pike.
Yeah.
Hope it's a missile silo until proven otherwise.
Right.
Right.
Beyond that, though, there's nothing around you. It's grass, gravel, dirt area. The mounds continue, and now that you are sitting at one of the mound or near the mounds, you see that the mounds kind of extend out and away from you, almost as it rings something.
Is the dip somewhere in the middle of this curvature?
Yes. I'm not gonna make you. Even Pike could figure.
Yeah.
Pike is really good at math. He's a sniper.
I feel like that's actually probably part of the reason why he's able to figure that out without having to pull his boots off so he can count on his toes.
He's oddly good at one very specific like section of math that he's incredibly good at, and everything else he's just fucking retarded.
It's all geometry related.
Yeah, he's very good at geometry. But no, we'll park at the first one, and he's like, all right. This whole thing looks like it's interconnected. That dip's either an entrance or a collapse. It's not going to be safe to drive the buggy any further. It's too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Pack up. We're going on foot.
I make sure to grab some rope and stuff out of the tail end of the buggy, just because if it gets a little weird, that'd be good to have.
Grab some descent gear. I'm not going to bring survey equipment because I think that's going to be too heavy for our initial survey, but definitely bringing descent gear.
Okay.
And I'm going to flip on the beacon on the buggy. Okay. So it's constantly transmitting. something that's just like, I'm here, I'm here. So if we are unable to hear him call us, then he has a location to go to that's sort of a last known position.
Right.
Hey Octavia,
Mm-hmm.
you got that old ass pad. Do you think it's got enough space on it that you could download my current footage?
Um, I clean. Yeah. I mean, um,
Give me a
I
hate to,
copy data. I mean, data copying is
yeah. I
data
feel like
copying.
actually, yeah, you could probably copy and paste that off of the old data pad onto a new one.
Well, no, he's
Or
asking, grabbing his video footage and putting it on the data pad so we can leave it with the buggy.
yeah. That yeah. You don't have to make a roll for that. You can definitely scrounge something up and be like, yeah, I don't need the empty file space on this one.
Yeah, so he does before he hands the camera over, he's just gonna like take his helmet off and look at himself, and he's just like, "All right, Matt, if you're reading this before you talk to me, I hope I died well." And he just turns the helmet. That's where we're going to be walking. This could be a partially collapsed structure. If we fall through it, I don't know. I might break my fucking legs or something. But
I hope if I
hopefully,
die, I end up in a really gnarly position.
yeah.
Bury
So
me with my ass up so the world can kiss my ass.
it's like, so yeah, this is the gear we're taking. This is the gear we're leaving. This is the survey information we have so far. Yeah, I don't know. This is me dying loudly, and then I hand her the camera to copy it over.
I copy it over and where do we hide the keys on a buggy?
Obviously under the visor.
Yeah,
Okay, where's
we
the other
don't.
place we hide keys?
I mean, we really don't need
Glove
the keys
box.
here.
Yeah, so I put the
We'll
old
put it in
data
the
pad in the
wheelhouse.
glove box with a sticky note on it saying, "Read me in case of death."
I imagine you put a sticky note on the tablet and it says, in case of death, read me. You stick it in the glove box, you put another sticky on the glove box that says, in case of death, open.
Right?
And then you finally put another one over the visor. He says, in case of death, fuck you.
And then yeah, once I've got
Oh, and I'm
freshly
an
emptied
asshole. I
camera.
take the keys with me.
That's the
That's actually
spy's
funny as
problem.
fuck. Mike, Warren and them are going to come back down and they'll be like, I can't move the goddamn thing. Where's the fucking keys at? Now we have to go find her.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
behind the visor, it says, "Fuck you, I took the keys."
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
so then like when she hands me back the camera after everything's been copied and freshed out, I like look at the helmet before I put it on. I go, if you're reading this, it's because I didn't die. So fuck you. And then I just put the helmet on. And then I like, are you ready to go? I think we got all our descent gear.
I make sure we grab a couple days worth of food and stuff and shove it in a bag.
Okay. And you are heading
Also
just
gas masks, because I have no trust.
That's fair.
That's an
You
idea.
guys are heading towards the dip in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Grassy ground here forms a hollow bowl with a slushy pool of water towards the bottom. This ground has built up what appears, you could see it because as you get to the edge, you could see the ground gives in because at one point in time there was this iris opening door. You know that you know what I'm trying to say. What's that? Yeah, missile silo sliding, the iris-y sliding doors. It's just that after a while, the ground eventually around it would either cave in and fill it in a little bit, or ground dirt would come in, blown in from the winds and whatnot. However, they are stuck open. They are not fully open. They're a few meters wide at the center where they didn't quite close all the way.
All right. I want to look into the hole.
Okay.
Dude, we of course have flashlights.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a
And
flashlight
glow
built onto
sticks.
I got a flashlight on my armor. I got infrared. I got cool shit on my stove.
All right, roll stress. If
What?
your stress goes up, don't.
I'm at stress 0
Well, roll mobility. Minus.
for keeping my balance or something.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I have anything for like gymnast.
You do have that. What you say earlier? Watch out, not watch out, but like if something's coming at
Watchful.
you, Watchful, there you go. You have watchful, so I guess you are being aware and taking your time and thinking about where you put your foot before you put your foot down. So go ahead and just roll straight mobility, because those two will count. Okay.
I'll
Well,
take a
you
success.
almost fell straight through. You definitely have a moment of, oh shit! And I think we definitely see some arms going, whoa, Jesus! From Pike.
There's a bit of a slide, and like the attempt to counterbalance to stop the slide, he goes, well, fuck.
Yep. Octavia, you absolutely see this. And I will point out the reason why this happened. The dirt under your feet slid out from under your feet, and you made contact with solid metal. That said, not the one. That said, you get to the hole.
I don't even approach the hole. I start looking for a place to tie this rope off.
Yeah.
Is there any conveniently located trees or hardy bushes?
No, fortunately.
I take out my mini shovel and I start digging into the ground, expecting there to be concrete or stone like a few inches below the dirt.
It goes down. Actually, you've got solid ground where you are, assuming you're not on the opening.
Nope. Okay, and then I move a couple feet closer to Pike and I do it again until I hit not ground.
Yeah, eventually you do get to the edge of doors where the iris would recede into the perimeter of it. Pike, when you get to the middle, by the way, it's difficult to see anything down there because it's fairly bright sunlight outside and it's not down there. The angle's really weird.
Would turn on my shoulder lamp.
It goes until the light dissipates into the dark.
That's a big hole.
Yes, it is.
Yep. I break out my hammer and
absolutely get the idea of dropping a chem light down just to see how long it takes to hit the ground.
I'm gonna flip down my infrared.
Call me silly. Don't actually. I know in the real world that my PEC 2 laser would go so far, but my NVGs wouldn't be able to see it after a while, after like a few hundred yards.
I mean, where you're like racing shit and hitting clouds, and you're like, why would I ever need to be able to laser something that far away? Yeah.
I just know that there's like at some point, like after about 200 or 300 yards, my NVGs don't see very well, and I'm feeling like even with your IR that there's a similar capacity.
But what's important is if I can't see the silhouettes of anything on the ground, then I know that it is deeper than what my infrared is rated for.
You get the impression this is at least 100 meters, possibly 2, where you hit. Do you have any sort of like laser? Wait, you have your DMR. Don't you have a laser rangefinder on it?
I do.
I think Pike would be smart enough to be like, I'm going to use the laser rangefinder.
I'm cycling through my stuff. I started with my flashlight and then my helmet, and now I'm going to put my rifle down. Like, I'm going through my tools.
Okay, all right.
So about this point, I pull out my hammer and piton, and I'm, finding the edge of solid, building, and I start hammering the piton in. And then I tie off the rope properly, and I very carefully pick my way across the ground over to where he is.
Okay, mobility +2. Pike, you're as she is doing all of this, your laser rangefinder says 3. It doesn't give you a flat 3 zeros. 299.762, whatever it says, but basically it's 300 meters.
How deep is this divot?
The divot itself is probably a few meters deep from
it's 300 minus a few meters.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like you work your way down carefully to stand next to me, and I look over at you, and I say, how much rope we got? I grabbed a bunch of rope, you grabbed a bunch of rope. Do we have like 300 meters worth of rope?
Yeah, so I start setting up the harness to go down myself first because I don't have the upper body.
He can pull you up. It's not guaranteed that you can pull him up.
Exactly.
I know how this works.
It's literally, I don't even want to go all the way down. I want to go down enough to get a good picture of things.
Okay.
And then you can pull my ass right on back up.
I'm gonna like reach into my bag and I'm gonna pull out a little baggie and I'll hand it to you. And I'm like, hey, once you get to wherever you're gonna dangle, just start cracking and throwing them in every direction.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we brought extras.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, give me a second. I'm reading through some.
Plus, I don't want to go all the way down because there might be weird gas down there. There might be acid at the bottom. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
Carbon dioxide.
If
it might not be breathable atmosphere. Also, I actually put my gas mask like around my neck so I can pull it on if I need to.
Yeah, if you do hear something and you want me to get eyes on it, throw a glow stick at it so that I can illuminate.
Mm-hmm.
It's so retardedly dark down there. I've got nothing to amplify, so.
Okay. I need you're getting ready to descend, correctly?
Yeah, we make lots and lots of preparation to make it as safe as possible.
All right, I will need a standard mobility roll for you to descend.
Okay. Can I say that I took so much time to preparation that I get a bonus?
I'll give you a +1. I know that's not helpful.
I ask because if I spend 10 minutes preparing to do the design, I could work intense focus into it.
What does intense focus give you if you give yourself enough time to prep things? 2? All right, go ahead, make that +2. I'll allow it. You definitely take time and you make sure all of your knots are right in the right place, right? You've got enough lead on the rope. You've definitely double and triple, probably even quadruple checked your pitons.
I make sure that it's not going to wear against any place where it might cut the rope and on and on and on. I mean, there's nothing shooting at us. We have time.
Yeah, no, you do. You definitely have time. And you descend. Filled, what you do see, and it takes a while before you're down far enough to actually see anything. I imagine do you have any sort of like IR, or are you just using straight up white light?
So we cracked a stick and we like put it on the back of her harness so that I can intensify the light coming off of her to see her. If she's got glow sticks, she can throw around as well.
So the end of the rope has a glow stick tied to it and it's tossed to the bottom and so on because we're slowly rappelling down. I have one on my harness, and whenever I see ledges or any place I think I can get one to stick, I toss the glow stick at it as I'm going down.
Okay. So after the liberal use of glow sticks, you end up coming down into a cavern that is, give me just a second, a cavern that is several hundred meters across. The floor itself, and Pike, you probably start seeing some of these details because her chem lights are
giving you
extra light to work with through your DMR scope. What you are seeing, and some of this is kind of hard to tell because of the distance, but you are able to make out more or less that this area is filled with mud and plant growth. There is a certain, it just feels, especially for Octavia, it feels kind of musty and damp in here. This makes sense because you're under the ground. The floor consists of another huge iris valve hatch. It is freaking huge. It is like 400, 500, 600 meters across. It's, if you think about, 500 or 600 meters across, and the one that you guys are on is like a couple hundred meters across, and they're centered. Whatever this valve is obviously going to lead to a much larger chamber beneath it. It is fractionally open, leaving gaps in the floor about a half a meter wide, just wide enough for you to squeeze through to get below that. And it looks like that probably descends. In fact, you double check it with your DMR and that you're able to line this up correctly and around her. It's probably about 600 meters from where you top surface level, basically. You're getting somewhere between 500 and 600 meters. She's not swaying into.
So I'm gonna pan around a bit and try to see what did I point at that was only 300, and see whether or not
the level of the iris hatch that she's descending down toward. So you have the ground
Multi-level.
about 300 meters or so across. It just a divot a few meters deep. 300 meters down, it opens up into a 500-meter diameter chamber, iris valve again, and then beneath that appears to be another layer beneath that, 300 meters deep and probably at least 500 meters, presumably based on the size of this iris.
So are
While
these
he's
like
doing geometry
space
calculations on his
vehicle
different
sizes,
points.
or
Yes.
are these like
Yeah,
space vehicle
as
sizes?
you're looking around, you're like, yeah, you could easily fit some. I mean, if you considering the size of the top hole being only about 200 meters, 300 meters across, you're not going to get something like the Tambatam through here, but you could definitely get drop ships and things like that. Like this is a big. This is obviously meant. It seems like it might be meant or might have been meant for ships.
Are
to
the
come
walls refined?
Yes.
Okay. So it definitely looks like this
Overgrown,
was
musty
purpose-built.
vines and things like that. Yes, but otherwise you
It
can
was
tell
purpose-built, refined, and it is easily big enough for drop ships to fit inside. This is not something that our people did. Or if it was done in secret. Is there any indicators to show like the UAA sign painted on the wall or anything like that?
There are not any markings that you're familiar with. Anything that you do see, it's hard to tell if they are markings in the first place. But there's definitely nothing that says like the UPP was here or the UA was here or Wayland Yutani was like none of that is prevalent. None of that is visible.
Do we in this universe believe that aliens exist and other races exist?
So we know that the Arcturians exist and they're not human, and we have a treaty with them. We talked to them. We almost visited them and we didn't.
Yeah.
We also know that the xenomorphs exist. So we know there's multiple alien species.
Refresh my memory. When you went to the planet mission,
the Arcturians are the only publicly known alien species. As far as most people are concerned, they're the only aliens we've ever met, and they're friendly. As far as higher forms of life.
You guys, on the other hand, do remember. Can't remember the android's name. The android at the spaceport mission that was being attacked by the UPP. Bunch of archipelagos, and it was the same planet you went to find General Vaughn.
Yeah, later. The one where the android survived, but the scientists are all dead, so we had to take it back.
Yes, and the android I believe the android had said something about looking for a flute.
It had artifacts.
Yes.
Yeah, we found the flute, we turned it in.
Was there any significance to this flute other than
it was a bone flute?
Okay. In that case, no.
I mean, nobody blew on it or anything.
Correct. So. Yeah, you guys really kind of missed the whole fucking boat on that one.
There was just some old bone flute, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, Marines and missing the boat on artifacts from another culture.
Yeah. Shocker, I know. But I didn't want to give a lot of things away, but
yeah, so I definitely radio up to him because I figure I'm just talking as I'm seeing stuff. Like, yeah, this definitely somebody made this. This is big enough for drop ships. I'm not seeing any indicators that it was human aligned because you know how both the UA and the UPP love putting their flags on shit, and I'm not seeing any of that.
Oh God, or like you can't even buy a pair of sneakers without way you somewhere in the fucking soul or some shit.
Exactly, I'm not seeing any of that, so I'm thinking maybe it might be alien. Otherwise, this is super old, so also I kind of doubt humans did it.
Too big for missile silo.
Yeah, shit, right? I'm thinking dropship silo now. And there's multiple layers.
I'm trying to decide if that's more or less exciting.
I have a question. Is it literally a singular chamber, or does it look like there's like tunnels off to the side in this first section?
It's hard to tell in this gloomy dark, but it is certainly structurally possible that if you have this centerpiece of multiple layers, that it would not be a surprise if there were additional chambers nearby or things radiating out.
Now, if you think, let me know when you make it to the bottom. If you decide it's safe to make it to the bottom and stay on the bottom. If I get down there, I can use Illuminator to see what offshoots there might be.
Yeah. Can you still call the Tam from here? or the island from here.
I'm just putting
I think
when I gotta go down, I'm gonna put a repeater up here so that we've got a direct line of sight to get to the.
I want to imagine that she actually did use the words Tab-a-tab, and you're like, Kylie?
No, and he rolls with it because he's also like, it's just the two of us. It's none of the white noise of these other fucking chuckle fucks that we've been dealing with.
One of my favorite military terms ever, chuckle fucks. I haven't used that one in so long. Oh my god.
I mean, it's clearly this is no human purpose-built infrastructure in a massive civic scale, and there is no indicator who made it, so it's probably not human. So that in and of itself is a worthwhile report and enough of a justification for them to not just drop a thing onto this planet.
Do you think it's Arcturian?
They don't know enough about the Altarians. Like, I didn't really give a shit about them in school, so I couldn't tell you if writing was theirs or not.
I really just got the briefing to know which ones I wanted to fuck.
Captain Kirk would like to know your location, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's an ancient Arcturian facility. I can't imagine them those black creepy critters building anything other than a fucking temple of bones.
Yeah. But in any case, I think this is enough for me to. It legitimately, I think, is enough for us to put a pause on trying to build a settlement here, because if this type of infrastructure is already underground here, who knows where else it is on this planet? And it's not safe to just drop a terraforming down on a place that might just be a giant fucking engine or some shit. Maybe they Death Starred it.
I don't know. I'm going to put the repeater up here. When I get the call back from the captain that we're back in radio comms, I'll let him know that where he lands in the southern half, they're going to have to do they're going to have to do a really good, stable rock test. Make sure that it can take the weight of a landing atmosphere processor.
I'm not sure they want to put an atmosphere processor on this planet.
I think we got I think they made it clear that they didn't give a shit whether or not they ought to. They want to get rid of it.
I mean,
the video did literally state there's 4 of them using up so much fuel right now.
They literally could just put that shit in orbit and let it just float in space for a while.
Yeah.
That's
you think
on them.
they think about these things? They don't.
I mean, that's going to make somebody look bad when they fill out that paperwork. I don't know. I'm not here to argue over why stupid people do stupid things.
I can't imagine the colony manager would want to, land on a planet that has things underground of this size without knowing what they are first. So,
I mean, I'm thinking our best chance at trying to get an abort is if we go down there and we find something that's not conducive to human life, and we can say that the planet needs to be quarantined.
Yeah.
I mean,
man, if there's 3 levels down and then there's more of that fucking black slime, I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Well, if there's black slime down there, you might get the chance to.
Yeah, right?
Maybe some fucking gooped up Arcturian wants to rip our arms off.
Yeah, I mean, another leg club?
Ugh. I mean, even for me, that was a bit unnecessary.
It was gross. You were basically at this point shit talking as we're now going down there. I also try to make sure that the ropes land spot is actually something we can walk on, because if it's not, then we're gonna have trouble getting in and out of this place.
Yeah, so one thing you'll note as you are making your descent and you're having this lengthy conversation about leg club, which honestly it took me a second to catch that reference, but I caught it.
We kept going because we thought you weren't getting it.
I was reading to make sure I knew where I was at. One thing you'll note, as well as the damp mustiness of the air, constantly looking around for threats that may or may not be there, or making sure that when you step your feet down on the iris door of the 2nd level, you'll notice that your voice in particular, is a little echoey, but that makes sense because you're inside a stone chamber. As you gingerly step down onto what is otherwise metal with bits of dirt and shit scattered across, it seems fairly stable. I mean, you don't weigh a lot, but it doesn't seem like your weight is giving it whatsoever.
Yeah, I give them the all clear. I think we have found a decent place to come on down. And I just, secure the landing point of the rope.
I'm gonna put down the radio repeater at the top, and I'm gonna go down the road.
Right. You can get a mobility +2 as well because she's done all the prep work and whatnot and advanced party her way. There you go. Yep, you make it down with no problem. And you are now down in...
I would like to spend my stunt on
not having to roll this again. I got you.
No, that's not an option.
Oh, are you gonna show off?
I'm gonna show off.
You're gonna do it Australian commando style and come down inverted.
Yeah, why not?
With the DMR in his hands.
Yeah, he comes down head first.
So when he stops for like 4 feet from the ground, I just reach over and pat his head.
I think when Hamida sees this later on, she's gonna be like, "You fucking jackass! You know you did that wrong, right?"
And like while he's sliding down, he's just like, "Oh, you wish you were me." Just so that when somebody watches this footage later, they can just be mad.
Just be like, "What a tool, man!" All right, let's check in with the island Solovetsky really quick. Solovetsky Island, rather. What are you guys doing? You are dropping some people off, doing some things, and then doing some other things. So, what are you guys doing?
Well, apparently we're being very administrative and bureaucratic.
Yeah. Did I miss the note there? I must have missed. I may have missed that.
No. So we're dropping off some of the advanced party, whatever, for the geological survey. I imagine.
Yeah, I think the idea was you were gonna leave Quintana, whatever her name is, the prospector chick,
Emily,
and then
Emily,
one or two others with her, so she's not entirely by herself.
Lakota needs to go down there so she can test plants.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll leave Alita with them, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. That seems to like most of the working crew, other than Hamida at this point, which will stay on the ship with us in case we need her later.
I just want to make sure I'm getting this right. So you've got any highlights? Still highlighting. Stop fucking highlighting, goddammit. You know what?
You really should stop chewing on the highlighters, man. Go back to the crayons. They're safer.
Right? That ink taste, that's what it is. Okay, so we're gonna drop Alita, we're gonna drop Emily, and who else? Anybody else?
Lakota. And then I imagine one of the boats.
Yeah.
So
I've got Alita, Emily, Lakota, dropped with Science Pad in the southeast/west region. We've got Pike and Octavia in the thing that I don't want to tell you what it is.
And the ruins that we all totally have no idea who built.
Yeah, although we probably can guess. And then everybody else in the ship on their way. I'm assuming you guys are on your way back to basically where Pike and Octavia are.
That was the plan.
I thought the idea was that they were going to stay in orbit around the equator so that they could still reach everybody.
Sure. If that's what you want to do.
Oh yeah, that sounds like what we were discussing, because you wanted us to do an orbit so that we would be able to drop in wherever we needed, which sounded like a way better tactical decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if your southern team has problems, they need to be able to talk to you, and if we die, I'm going to try to die loudly.
Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Okay.
I think we're set there. Okay. Cool.
Just so we're clear, Octavia plans to survive by hiding in the vents in the creepy underground facility.
Well, you have to find the vents first. Not any yet. But I hear you. That said, let's talk about some experience points, because we are at a stopping point as we probably get one of those moments where, like, we get the camera shot of Pike doing a Australian commando, literally a down under insertion. That sounds really fucking bad. Wow. Ooh, man. Anyway, he's coming in inverted. That, I don't know, somehow that still doesn't sound. Anyway, Pike arrives. We get a shot of his boots touching down on this dirt-covered metal irisy surface next to Octavia. There's a brief shot of both of you guys looking around with your little headlamp beams dissipating into the dark around you. Camera swings back over to the Solovetsky Island as the science pod drops down through the atmosphere, lands down in the southern hemisphere, and the three girls down there start getting after it. That also sounded suggestive. Jesus Christ. I am either really fucked up or I really need to think about what to say it.
Bro, if you think that's suggestive, that's a you personal problem.
That might be me. That might be a me thing. I know. And then we get a final shot.
You don't have to leave your mind in the gutter, man. You can take your mind out of the gutter. You don't have to leave it there.
Unfortunately, it's a climb to get to the gutter. Climb up, that is. And then a final shot of the Solovetsky Island, chilling in space. Warren. All right. Station keeping. Let's just keep her in orbit. Let me know if anything happens. I have paperwork to do.
I just stew here with my big old thermos.
I guess I'll catch up on this admin work while I wait for someone to scream that they need help and they're dying on the radio.
Yeah, I guess I'll do some of these reports while I wait for somebody to die loudly.
Oh, hey, this is the opportunity for you to do the report about you shooting me.
Oh, does Matt regret agreeing to be the captain yet?
What's that?
What? Right.
Luke said, "Is this a command role?" And I said, "Does Matt regret being the captain yet?"
Surprisingly, not as much as he thought.
That's the sad part about being the captain. You don't get to go on the away team missions. That's clearly been established in Star Trek Next Generation very loudly.
Yeah.
All right, take an experience point for participation. Anybody risk or sacrifice something to further your agendas?
I almost caused a lot of trouble by refusing to go get into cryo until someone came and got me.
I would like to argue that I made the horrible, no good, very bad choice to conceal the fact that this woman is fucking insane and a danger to all of us. Yes. So I could protect her from the rest of the crew.
And that does somewhat come into alignment with your agenda, which is basically somehow do all the dirty things so they don't have to in order to keep them alive.
By risking like everybody else's life.
Yep. So yeah, go ahead and take one there, risk taker. Did anybody risk their lives for their buddies? I don't think there was any of that.
I did.
Oh.
I went into the hole first, and Pike is currently my buddy.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to allow that one. It's kind of a technicality because I thought it was more about physics, but whatever.
Do you know how easy it is to shoot someone hanging from a string from the ceiling?
No.
Yeah. There is zero cover, no way to move, and I'm just dangling.
Oh, you mean to shoot? Okay, that my target is the one hanging from the ceiling. Gotcha. I thought somehow in my head
it's an extremely risky thing to do.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely fully exposed. Did you challenge or stand up to your rival?
I do not have a rival, and as much as I would like to say I risked my life for Octavia, the closest argument I can come up with is I suggested this terrible, no good, very bad plan of the two of us wandering off with the intention of us going on a hunting trip, totally undermanned, because fuck it, I'm here for my buddy.
You in that regard, you may have risked both your lives, but not for your agenda. Or for your, I'm sorry, challenging your rival. I misread that.
I don't know. I was talking about the for my buddy thing.
Yeah.
I haven't actually fucked with Matt today. I'm a little sad.
Well, you didn't get much chance. You were basically woken up and then the mission began.
All the characters that would make sense for Pike to have as a rival are all NPCs.
Let's see. Panic rolls. I think we had 2 of them. And I believe they were both fucking Octavia.
Yeah, I didn't have one.
I don't think anybody else had one. Did we overcome a dangerous event using violent or non-violent? You know what? I will say Pike and Octavia, yes, simply because they could have very easily fallen 300 meters to a grisly potential demise.
I also have a sneaking suspicion that driving would have been a terrible, no good, very bad plan.
Well, I will say this: if you drove onto that divot, you would have fallen.
Yeah.
It very specifically says if they do that, they drop.
I made a good call.
Dirt is heavy, and so is water.
I made a good non-violent means choice there.
Yep. Significant discovery or revelation? Arguable.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because you did
We
get
discovered ancient ruins.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'll give you that one. Everybody can take that one because I imagine at some point this information is broadcasted up to the ship prior to the end of the episode.
Yep.
At the very least, that there is something going on down there. So even Warren and Wright. See, any extraordinary actions? I don't know if we had extraordinary actions.
No, I mean extraordinarily stupid actions, but nothing.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just extraordinary.
Just an extraordinary.
To be honest, I willingly admitted to Pike that my character is properly going insane. All hallucinations.
I don't know if I would call that an extraordinary. It is extra.
Extraordinary.
Is extra. I don't know about extraordinary. Did you earn any money?
Look,
Unfortunately,
give it a
not
little
yet.
bit, and it's not
I
going to
would
be
really
Matt as my rival anymore. It's going to be my hallucinations.
I really want to try to argue that that my extraordinary levels of dumb and just lying and being like I fell down a ladder. We don't have any ladders.
You know what? I'll give you that one because you did not let go of that fucking. Well, other than the part where you fell.
No, I think if anyone gets it for that, it needs to be Matt, who managed to avoid getting any questions because Pike is that stupid.
Okay. Yeah, no one's come back to me and said, "Hey, did you shoot Pike?"
The captain has extraordinarily dodged any repercussions for shooting a crewman.
Yeah, that is worth it.
I imagine there's a few people that are like, "Did you hear about that Captain Warren guy? He shot one of his. I mean, he's captain. It's his ship. He can do whatever he wants." I'm sure there's somebody out there.
I think the funnier rumor would be like, oh man, like that Pike guy is really wild, but apparently that Matt dude has got a whole fucking layer. I heard that he chewed out that big guy so hard he shot himself.
He ordered himself to get shot.
He ordered him to shoot himself, and he did it.
Yeah, I think Matt actually deserves an XP for this.
Yeah, go ahead, Warren. Yeah. I'll give you that one.
Yay.
All right. Let's talk some outro feedbacks. Rodance, what do you got?
Yeah. Let's see. Since we were talking about it earlier, did you know that the trailers that they use behind on semi-trucks are like as much as a house? Each one is worth as much as a fucking house.
Are you talking about the cost?
Like they're 180, 200, 250K each.
That's not surprising.
It's adorable that you think houses cost that little.
I know how much I paid for my house 4 years ago. Those trailers are more expensive than the current value of my house right now.
4 years ago? Jeez. Those are the times.
I mean, yeah, literally right now, if I look at like the price for my house that I bought and the price for one of those trailers are more expensive than my house.
I mean,
and I just want to say there is a special level of dumb, Omar, when it comes to those videos at your job. So, okay, you're literally walking around, you're literally driving around with something, literally the cost of your house behind you. And you know what we've had people do? Not check to see that the trailer that has a little pin and the tractor where the driver's sitting grabs the little pin and drives away. That's what's supposed to happen. So when you just do this and slide right by, and then you drop the $250,000 trailer in the yard, that is why you have those videos.
I hate that I can easily believe that happens just because of the things I've seen. Said that I've done. I've done some dumb things in my life.
Yeah, so just so you know, even for experienced drivers, that does happen.
Yeah, and
that is why
not knowing all the particulars,
like that.
I know there's times when even the most professional of us can simply just make a dumb mistake. Things happen, right? But a lot of times, so many things are preventable if you just slowed the fuck down and thought about what you were doing before you did it. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I am not. I am far from it. I definitely have made mistakes, and I absolutely do things that I'm not supposed to do, or don't do the things I'm supposed to do. There's no fiction there. You know, like I definitely fuck things up left and right, or ignore things I shouldn't be. But some of these videos, I'm just like, come on, man, why am I watching this video? But I know why I'm watching it. It's mandated for safety purposes, and my boss gets a bonus for safety reasons that he pushes on to us. So, yeah, I'll go watch your silly little safety video. Unfortunately, it's not much different than the human trafficking, anti-terrorism level 1, and all the other bullshit I had to do every 3 months, 4 months, whatever the fuck it was.
Trafficking?
Huh?
Human trafficking.
Human trafficking, yes. We have to watch a video. Well, it's a little bit more than just a video. But...
Every year.
Oh, we had to do it like... I take it back. There is a slew of things that we have to do yearly, and we would usually break them down and do so much every quarter. But anti-trafficking and human trafficking, anti-terrorism, all that stuff is like... it's all yearly, and it's so annoying because it's the same dude... It's the same 3D model of a dude in a turquoise sweater talking about fucking cyber awareness. And you're just like, yes, I know. I'm supposed to pull my ID card out of the computer before I walk away.
Yeah.
With so many of those CBTs, you get like you've done them enough times that while it's running, in order to maintain your sanity, you start saying the lines with the actor, and you're like, please.
Or you sit there and be like,
real.
Or you'd be like, how many potted plants can I count in the background of this simulated environment?
Oh God, you guys at least got simulated environments and your required trainings. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depended on what they were. Some of them were worse for it. Some of them
were literally just.
Some of them were death by
PowerPoint
PowerPoints with voiceover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them were that too.
You got anything else for Nance?
No, I just had to comment because I've been sitting on that the entire game. Sure. I was very polite and not breaking that point out in the middle of the game, even though I wanted to.
That's fair. Luke, what do you got? Feedback, outros? Yeah, unfortunately, you had yet another episode where you didn't have a whole lot going on for yourself. Oh,
I think we should have.
He froze.
Okay, the first half of the next episode needs to be the drama of Alita dealing with both Lakota and Emily in the same location.
Oh, I think that isn't it. It's Lakota and it is Lakota and Hamida.
No. It's Lakota and Hamida that have the problem.
Yeah,
but
Hamida's on the boat.
Now, what Alita could suffer through is Lakota, who can't shut the fuck up, and Emily,
everything.
And Emily, who also the time that I spent with her, also couldn't shut the fuck up. Just having poor Alita sit there to the never-ending gossip fest of them trying to figure out what happened.
But you know what? You know what's not going to happen? Is me having a conversation with myself.
No. It's each of them taking turns going at Alita. Like, no, you agree with me. Like, this is what happened to Finn, right? Like, Finn found out that Pike was doing both of them, and he tried to stand up and protect both of them, and he just punched him in the face because he's an asshole.
I'm waiting for the rumor that Pike.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting for the rumors of the ship to assume that Pike and Octavia or Pike and Nina are dating,
or that he's banging both of them. Evidently,
yeah.
And Finn found out and got jealous.
Oh God!
Ew!
No, you misunderstand me. You misunderstand me. He wants some of that Pike love too.
Yeah. No, so that's what you do to Alita. You spend at least the first half hour in character just making Alita deal with this. As each of them take turns coming at Alita, like, no. So did you hear? And just have poor Alita be like, this is so fucking retarded. Why?
All she wants to do is be like, I want to just shoot something at this point, and it's gonna be one of you two if you don't shut the fuck up.
Stun baton.
Stun baton. Bam!
I know you can shit out your mouth for half an hour.
Listen, I've almost made, other than the fact I'm not getting paid for it, I've done it for Yep, I'm done. That was it right there. I had it. It went.
Yeah.
This is why it's
we're trying to think of ways to make your time and your characters here more amusing, Luke.
I know.
I do feel a little bit bad though, because I was sitting here thinking about this, like, Yep. Once again, here's an episode where, unfortunately, Luke is not doing a whole lot. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh no, that's okay. It's an interesting story.
It is. It definitely is. I just, yeah,
Just so
unfortunately, Captain Warren got captained out of it.
See, now we're gonna like at some point, don't worry, we'll fuck it up, and then it'll flip where the two of us are gonna watch you play the game by yourself as you as two characters have to descend into the hole after us to rescue our dumbasses.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Any other? Well, no, Kane. I guess I should at least give you the option, although you did throw a bunch of stuff already. What sort of feedback outro stuff you got?
I give my feedback and outro stuff all the time when you're trying to talk, just to make sure I'm fucking up your game.
Yep. That's true. All right. Well, that is it for us here tonight. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please consider smashing all the buttons, liking, subscribing, etc., etc. And somehow, even though I don't have those words written down in front of me, I still manage to say them out mostly the same every single time. That said, stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy dark place, so make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. As for me and mine, out of here. See you next time. Good one.